Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. We are going to continue playing Tsukihime. We are on our fourth part. I think we might be able to finish off Arcueid's route today. That's the goal. So the stream will go either to the standard 4 or so hours or more, or until we actually finish that route. So we can start the next one next time. As another reminder, this is a charity stream that supports the Red Cross, who have been allies of anime in different situations, collaborating with the likes of Uzaki-chan as well as Code Vein in the US. Lots of amazing things that they have done. More recently, in Tsukihime, we have just found out a whole lot of information through a big ol' exposition dump. So, we've got Arcueid. She's a princess of the true ancestors, basically the original vampires. And they've got a problem. The true ancestors, if they drink blood, they go cray-cray. They can no longer contain it, and that's what's happened to most all of the other true ancestors that exist, or literally all of them. And Arcueid was designed to hunt demons. That was pretty much her life's purpose. To hunt, not demons specifically, but the dead apostles that true ancestors create, as well as all the true ancestors that, went crazy because they drank human blood and couldn't contain it anymore. So, that's pretty much been her whole life. She doesn't get to experience normal happiness, because her only purpose is to wake up from her castle, go out, kill some dead apostles, go back to sleep. And that's all she's been doing over these past 800 or more years, which be crazy. And so we found that out from Ciel, who we now know is a church executor, who's come to town to kill the big bad vampire that Arcueid was also trying to kill, this dude named Michael Roa Valdemiong. This crazy dude who keeps reviving himself. Not reviving, but rather reincarnating. His soul keeps traveling over time as he goes, because his soul is still tainted by vampirism. He was a normal dude who found a way to be immortal through, his studies in magecraft and all that crap. So, yup. That's what's going on there. We're after him. Ciel's after him. And Ciel is worried that Arcueid is going to succumb to her vampiric instincts and gobnobble Shiki. And that's no good for them. But yes, we are starting off with $910 on the charity donations from the past 3 streams. That is absolutely amazing. You guys are awesome. Definitely be sure to share this with anyone you think might be interested in possibly donating or watching or supporting in any way. I'm not pressuring anybody to donate. It's a matter of whether you're able to and want to, all that stuff. But the best thing you can do is, again, spread the word so that people are at least aware. The purpose of the Waifu for Laifu charity stream in this case, the reason we're doing this is because I want to show that despite what a lot of people say about anime, about Ero anime especially, is that it's causing all these problems and whatnot, when in truth, it's just escapism. That we're fans and we know how to separate our fiction from fact. And when it comes to actual real world things, we actually, can make a difference in the world handling real problems as opposed to trying to police fiction, I suppose. That's kind of the goal here. So without further ado, let us go to where we last left off. Shiki has run away, or not Shiki, Arcueid has run away after being confronted about her bloodlust, and we're chasing after her, despite Ciel's warning. There's no one on the main street. Not Arcueid. Not even just regular people. Damn. This is the same as last night. I don't have any way of finding her. Right now, even though I want to see her so badly, I don't have any means. Even though she's in so much pain, I can't help her at all. Damn it! I'm so irritated, it drives me nuts. Somehow, I have to find her somehow. Did he say that? Did he literally just say that? Oh, it's more like you could put a period there. I have to find her somehow, or else I can't move forward. I gasp painfully. An older Shiki guarding a sleeping Arcueid. From Archer? What is it, fanfic? Or, well, I mean, there was a in development Tsukihime 2 that never really fully developed, that had Shiki going on with Arcueid, but that's a bit of a spoiler. And of course, it doesn't happen in all routes, so... Damn it, I'm so irritated. Wait, we already saw that. Sorry. Even though I ran all through the city, I don't see her. My body's exhausted and I can't get enough air. I breathe harder. The scar on my chest throbs with my heartbeat. Until now, I've never hated this fragile body this much. I hungrily breathe in air. I can't find her. I won't find her just running around aimlessly like this. I struggle for breath. If I have any chance of finding her, it would be... We're gonna stick around in the park and let her come to us. There are only 2 more choices left in the route. Will who have a date? They technically already did. I'll stay here. We promised. We promised to meet here. We still haven't fulfilled our promise for tonight. To meet here and fight together. So if I can't break this promise, and she thinks it's important too, Arcueid will come back here. I can only continue to believe in her and wait here. No, Skippy. No. Time passes by. The clock ticks mechanically, recording the passing of each second. I feel like I'm drowning. My body doesn't want to wait a minute longer. Just sitting here, waiting, seems like the utmost in idiocy, and I want to run off and search for her again. But my heart is calm. Even though my body urges me to hurry, my heart remains calm. I continue waiting, staring up at the moon. It's horribly quiet. No sounds, as if the night froze everything. A quiet stillness, as if Arcueid and I were the only ones in the entire world. If I can stay in such a place, then isn't it painful to all? Then it isn't painful at all to wait for any amount of time. So right now I'm drowning in bliss. Only time passes by. Just 2 hours until dawn. If the day breaks, Arcueid and I will probably never see each other again. And time just passes by. And then, like a white rabbit in the snow, she unexpectedly arrives in the park. Hello, everybody. Aww, look at that face. She's so cute. Arcueid doesn't say anything. With downcast eyes, she doesn't make a move to come closer. Arcueid, I call out to her. She doesn't respond or even look in my direction. I can't speak. I don't know what I can say to make her smile again. Right now, I feel like any words coming out of my mouth will only make her sadder. Time seems to stretch to eternity. In reality, the ticking of the clock can't have happened even close to 1,000 times. Arcueid lifts her head, looking like she's watching a dream. You wouldn't go home at all, Shiki. So I came here because I couldn't leave you alone. Even though I really was thinking of going back to my room. She hesitates as she speaks, but she says this in her usual cheerful manner. Of course I wouldn't go back. Didn't I say I'd keep my promise? I still haven't been any help tonight. That's enough. You don't have to do that anymore. Enough? Just what's enough, Arcueid? Doesn't it go without saying? It's just that I'm a vampire and you're a human, Shiki. I didn't have any right to receive help from you. I didn't understand that earlier, and I would have ruined you if I went a bit further. That's why. It's enough, she whispers. What are you saying all of a sudden? I was ready for that from the time I agreed to help you. I understood far better than you that you were a vampire. Knowing that, I still said I'd help you. This is nothing I can agree with. Arcueid, you don't need to worry about what happened earlier. I was just tired and weak. I'm an idiot, so I couldn't realize your lie. You weren't in pain because of your wounds, but because of your vampiric impulses, right? Senpai told me all about it. That woman. Since when did agents from the burial agency become so talkative? Less with hate and more with exhaustion, Arcueid gives a deep sigh. I heard it all from Senpai, so I'll be direct. I don't see any problem, Arcueid. You're in pain now, but you'll return to normal in a few days, right? So you don't need to worry. And about before, even though you were in so much pain, you held yourself back, didn't you? So it's all right. Let's just continue like we were until now. With some difficulty, Arcueid smiles weakly. Shiki, you don't understand at all. It's useless to do this. Even now, I want to drink your blood. But you only think that. Then try hard and resist it. Haven't you tried so hard like that until now? That's true. Until now, I've held myself back. No, I was able to. But I guess it's useless now. Even though the only meaning for my existence is to hunt other vampires, I did a lot of extra things. If I didn't know anything, I never would have thought of wanting anything. If I didn't rely on you and pursued the enemy by myself, it would have been all right. It would have been okay if she was by herself? Is she serious? Does she seriously believe that? With such a sad face? With such a sad voice? With such a solitary appearance and on the verge of collapse? That just pisses me off. Snap out of it, you idiot. What? Don't be ridiculous. What do you mean if you pursued the enemy by yourself, it would have been alright? Because it was impossible by yourself? Because you finally realized there are things you can't do by yourself, you asked me for help, right? Then rely on me until the very end. I'll help you. No matter what happens, I'll help you, so... Don't look like that. Don't say those things. Finally. If you finally realize that life is fun, please don't simply give up on such happiness. Shiki, are you crying? Like hell I am. Why would I cry over you? It's just she's saying such stupid things. It makes me so angry that my emotions are going crazy. Anyway, we'll continue searching for this vampire, okay? If we can defeat this Roa guy, then you can get some rest. Then everything's solved. There aren't any problems at all. With terribly peaceful eyes, she gives a quiet nod. But it's too late for me, Shiki. You said I held myself back before, but I really didn't. Back then, I only stopped because you became afraid of me. Many people have been afraid of me like a monster, so I didn't feel anything when hated or feared. But it really is strange, you know? I really didn't want you to look at me like I was a monster. But I am a monster no matter how you look at me. She forces out a dry laugh. No, it just happened so fast. I was just surprised. That's a lie. That's a lie even I can't fool myself with. Arcueid painfully looks away. Sensei told me before, that you'll only hurt the other person when you tell lies that you can't even deceive yourself with. That's why I stopped for an instant. I was scared of you looking at me like that. I would break apart if you look at me like that in the future, too. So I won't see you anymore. What? Let's say goodbye here, Shiki. We probably associated too much with each other. She turns around swiftly. She says this while trying not to look at me. I associated too much, huh? Maybe that's true. For both me and Arcueid. If we never knew about each other, this would have never happened. I would have just returned to my normal life, and she'd have probably kept going by herself. You're right. Maybe we have associated too much already. But I think we're fine like that. Because isn't always being by yourself lonely? Arcueid doesn't answer. She looks so vulnerable. I want to embrace and support her. And to be honest, I really enjoyed these past few days. I almost died, but it wasn't all bad. So let me help you until the very end. How could I sleep if I know I left you alone? No, you don't have to worry about me. I will kill Roa no matter what. I will destroy him even if it kills me. You've done enough already, Shiki. This city will soon return to normal, so you don't have to worry anymore. Her voice as she fades away from me has no trace of her usual brightness. I can't bear this anymore. I'm going to stop acting like this. Idiot! That's not what I'm worried about. Saying that, I draw closer to her. Arcueid tries to escape. I grab her arm from behind and make her turn around. Shiki. Since you don't understand me unless I'm direct, I'll be direct. Look, I didn't agree to help you to stop the vampire in this city. I really don't have any fine details, fine ideals, such as protecting this city I live in. Right, I was only fooling myself. The reason isn't anywhere near being that noble. I just like you. I wanted to help you, so I agreed to help you. So now I just can't leave you. I reveal it all, and I embrace Arcueid straight on. Oh. Her gasp isn't one of resistance. She simply stands there in astonishment, accepting my embrace. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to drink my blood. Shiki, it hurts. My arms hurt. That'll make it even, because I've always wanted you, too. Even now, I'm consumed with passion just hearing your heartbeat. From her arms I hold, from her body up against mine, I can feel her beating heart. No, Shiki, that's just... For right now, it's only a whim of yours. Just hearing the sound makes me want to hug her to death. Even so, if I love you right now, Arcueid, that is my truth. I don't care about what happens later. Or do you hate me? The heartbeat skips. No, I can't answer that. The heartbeat stops. In its place, her arms wrap around my back like falling rain. At first, just gently. Then, hard as if answering me, her arms squeeze my body into hers. Huggle huggles with the vampire. I kissed a vampire and I liked it. Our embrace lasted only an instant. I don't even know which one of us separated first. But if we planned it, we both let go. There is one more H scene left of the guide. She blushes, looking away. There's only about an hour until dawn. As the night ends, so does Arcueid's time. But I can't bear parting with her anymore. If it can't be forgiven right now, I want to... My room. Huh? Can we go to my room? If you say you're going to protect me, I don't want you to go back. A hesitant voice. Even I can understand what she means. Nodding wordlessly, I walk with Arcueid to her room. Oh yeah. Yeah. I enter before her. Behind me, I can sense Arcueid. If I turn around, I know my feelings will rise out of control. But still, my mind is almost surprisingly calm. I don't quite understand it myself, but perhaps it is the contradicting impulse of being insane, yet sane that loving... Of being insane yet sane that loving somehow brings, or loving someone brings. Arcueid. I tried to turn around. You know, I'm not sure when it's going to happen. If they're just going to show this, I'm going to switch to the screen. I didn't expect it to be right away. Before I finish, I feel her hand lightly rest on my back. Don't turn around. Wait just for this for a while. Her voice is exceedingly calm. Her hand on my back doesn't move, as if making sure of something. Hey, Shiki. Do you remember when I first waited for you? Yeah, I remember. The one I killed was waiting with a smiling face. How could I forget? Yeah, back then I really hated you. Despite her words, her voice is very gentle. Arcueid? I knew I wouldn't be able to suppress my vampiric impulses by myself any longer. And I knew this probably would be my chance, and I pursued Roa. Though I finally found him, and then someone I didn't even know killed me and ruined everything. Back then, all I could feel was hatred. And I found the one who killed me, and waited at the road for such a long time. I was thinking for you to hurry up. Hurry up and come here. Once I saw you, I'd make you suffer the same fate. I really did hate you. I hated you so much I thought my chest would burst with hatred as I waited. The pressure on my back increases. Arcueid? Okay, well, we can show this for now. But no one has ever killed me like that before. I was a bit curious about what kind of person you were, too. And I never thought so strongly about someone before. In the beginning, it was just hatred. But it started to slip when I wondered what kind of human you were. Soon I wanted to meet you and find out about you. The one who killed me like that, and for the first time, I almost lost track of myself, and I kept wondering. Shiki, what you said before, about how being by yourself is lonely, I thought that wasn't true. But when I waited for you, the one who I madly thought about, I felt happy. I wanted to meet you right away. But it turned out great that I held on and waited for you. It was really fun. I was so excited. I kept imagining what kind of person you were. She pulls her hand from my back. Thinking back, I started to feel the need for someone else from that time, and I felt unsatisfied with just being by myself. You said you liked me, but I think I fell in love with you before we even met. I knew I loved you before I met you. I think you killed me into life. Her voice is just so lovely. There's no need for hesitation. Turning around, I embrace her. Okay, well, let's just double check. Oh, well, they be kissing, you can see that. Our lips come together naturally. I don't know who started it, maybe we both did. We just did it gently. We kissed to feel each other's presence just a bit closer. Holding my breath, I take in everything about the way she feels. Ooh, Albino Wolf, thank you for your donation. Nice. Are you going to play Kagetsutoya after Tsukihime? Maybe. I probably could if there's enough demand for it. Maybe not as frequently as Tsukihime. Maybe I'll devote a day each week to do a Kagetsutoya stream. Oh, shut up, Seth. I'll do what I want. That was rather rude. Her soft lips, the skin that would never touch anything, is touching me right now. Just thinking about it makes my head spin, yet touching her is so warm and relaxing. Her body is trembling lightly, but she doesn't seem to be scared at all. Her closed eyes, the shade of red on her cheeks, is so adorable. I really can't believe it. This Arcueid is the one I love so much. I couldn't even imagine just doing this would make me feel more love toward her. We pull back. Still holding each other, we look at each other in embarrassment. Okay, now I'm gonna put the thing up just in case it's about to get... Yeah. That was a kiss, wasn't it? She says this with a deep blush. Her red eyes looking at me imploringly. Her golden hair waving before my eyes. Arcueid, you don't like this kind of thing? That's not it. My heart's beating fast right now. Certainly, her heart is beating loudly. Or is it my heartbeat? She looks straight into my eyes. But this is troubling. I'm wondering if this is really okay. Is what okay? Because there aren't any vampires that kiss. Blushing, she smiles embarrassedly. That gesture was checkmate. Taking off my glasses. Really? I embrace her once more. You'd think you'd want to keep those on. Okay, I could show that. One more time. Not a mutual kiss of before. I do a hungry, searching, stealing kiss. Arcueid sucks in a breath. I don't care. I just can't hold anything back. And kiss her deeply. Arcueid tries to breathe in. I steal even that. I lift her chin and hold her head. Covering her lips with mine and intertwining our tongues. I want to become one. Pushing against Arcueid's mouth as she tries to escape, I slip my tongue past her lips. My tongue easily dips into her mouth. The sounds we make, the sensations of our touching tongues, easily lets me imagine what we look like. As her tongue tries to pull away, I wrap mine around it. Wrapping, intertwining, sucking. The sensation on the tip of my tongue is almost ticklish. The sucking on the base of my tongue feels like absolute zero. Unable to breathe, our throats still try to swallow. Her white throat moves painfully, crying for oxygen. At the same time, her mouth sucks my tongue in, and our tongues mix together even more deeply. Moving my tongue, I draw her lip in even further. Our breathing, our exploring, all within our mouths. The sounds of our joining fill the air. There's no end. The pleasure from this is enough to make me pass out. Is it because our mouths and tongues are so close to our brains? Meeting like this causes my mind to go blank more than anything I've felt before. Pleasure trips a fuse in my brain, threatening to overwhelm me. Our interrupted breathing. At some point, her mouth, which was seeking oxygen, started to tangle her tongue with mine. As our tongues intertwine, they come into my mouth. I realize that was my own voice. I can't believe it. Someone else's tongue is entering my mouth. This feeling, this slight sense of discomfort of something forward in my mouth, and above that, this overwhelming pleasure which feels like it could kill me. We try to breathe as our tongues indulge one another. I had no idea a tongue could generate such a sensation simply by touching another tongue. Just being in contact puts us out of breath. Inhaling, nibbling, that just makes me go crazy. Makes me unable to think of anything but her. Closing her eyes as if resisting something, Arcueid answers back. It's completely different from our gentle kiss from before. Is waiting to watch at the chat, what? There's only a male and a female here now. Our mouths are already wet. Saliva begins to spill from our lips. From mine to hers, from hers to mine. But it isn't dirty. Unlike the world's most powerful aphrodisiac, it causes all thought to crumble away. And like that, not just my tongue, but wanting everything to come together, I pull back from Arcueid's mouth. Oh boy. I gasp for air. My chest hurts. I don't know how long we were like that. I can't even breathe properly. But even more than that, I want to touch her body and feel her against me. Cheeky? Concerned, Arcueid looks into my face. Her blushing, hesitant expression. Arcueid, I can't stop. I hold her tight. I want to sleep with you. I want you. At first, she gives no answer. Then, keeping her head down, her entire face goes red as she nods. As naturally as if she was taking off her hat, Arcueid removes her clothing. It's less of a removal and more of an emergence, though. A sight beautiful enough to take my breath away. Her white clothes disappear without a sound. The bra covering her lovely chest and the underwear concealing her femininity disappear like flowing water. Are you winning yet? Looking at Arcueid's nude figure, yes, we are winning, causes my rampaging mind to come to a complete stop. It's not that I became calm, but she's just so beautiful, I forget to think or go wild. I can't speak. She shyly sits down on the bed. Shiki? Her gaze asks me what's wrong. Nothing. Her white skin is tinged with a faint hue of red. That charming tint causes all rational thought to fade away. Shiki, am I not? That's not it. You're so beautiful, I was just fascinated. Yeah. She shyly averts her eyes and reveals her naked body. Using both hands to cover her lower body causes her chest to be accentuated. You really are beautiful. Your breasts are just so perfect. Saying that, I reach out and brush them with my fingers. Fondle, fondle. Arcueid trembles. Shiki, wait. What? Why? I've already decided to make love to you. This is only the beginning. Yeah, I know that, but... Maybe she's still embarrassed. She looks at me uneasily. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. They're perfect and you have a fantastic body. Arcueid's body shakes, most likely because of me tightening my fingers. Leaning down, I nibble at the tip. I need the luscious mounds like a cat, the fresh feeling like ripe fruit in my hands. Like bags of sand. She blushes even more. Of course, she doesn't say that. She must not be used to the feeling as she looks at the fingers caressing her in amazement. They really are big. I could never tell from your clothes, but for you to have such a dirty body like this... Oh, shh. Arcueid doesn't answer. She just gives a few short gasps as I slowly continue to massage her. Her breathing almost sounds rhythmic. Shiki, wait. I don't pay attention. At first, just very lightly. And then, bit by bit, almost enough for her to not realize it, I gradually strengthen my grip. So for now, just slowly, so that when she realizes it, it'll be too late for her. I continue caressing her perfectly shaped chest. Her breathing gets heavier. Pretending I don't notice, I rub her even more. I intended to stay calm, but just doing this turns me on. Her voice gets warmer. It trembles with impatience. I feel hot all over. Arcueid's words are interrupted with soft, sexy gasps. You must be hot, since you're sweating like that. Getting hot all over after just a little massage? You must really want this, Arcueid. But Shiki, it's because you keep doing that. I squeeze even harder. Her face stiffens as if in fear. I'm not one to talk. Just doing this, it's making me go crazy, Arcueid. Taking a deep breath, I massage her harder. Her sweet voice. It's only natural for her to get hot being touched. But what is this? There's something strange about her body. Just touching it like this, it seems to send pleasure rebounding towards me in an ever-increasing magnitude. My breathing gets heavier. Before I realize it, I start to breathe wildly, intoxicated by her body. Arcueid is warmed up enough. Ha! Her pink nipples are proud and stiff. She gasps quickly. I bring my mouth to one. Arcueid looks away in embarrassment. Ignoring this, I stick out my tongue. I give the hardened peak a tentative lick. I can hear Arcueid's voice. For some reason, my head hurts. The intense sensations are causing it. But ignoring all of that, I slowly take it into my mouth. Her chest swells upwards. A thin trail of saliva runs the length of her white body. Sounds coming from her throat no longer resemble words. Her body shudders in time with her breathing. I become aware of a different smell, something other than her sweat or skin. It's a warm, light scent. The area covered by her hands is already moist. Her slender fingers are covered in sticky juices. What's this? You feel this much already? You're more sensitive than I thought, Arcueid. But again, I'm not one to talk. I can't even speak properly. Shiki, I have a request. What? A request? I don't want you to be rough like that time. That time. That time I pushed her down in an alley. Why does she have to bring that up now? Even if she didn't say it. I wouldn't be like that anyway. How come? You don't like it rough? Well, this is my first time, so... She blushes and tries to contain her harsh breathing. She sounds so incredibly cute. Really? I'm still really scared, that's why, Shiki. Just for now, please, be gentle. That does it. That's the last straw. Why are you... All thinking, all reason, all knowledge disappears. Even my breathing stops. Shiki, what is it? You're acting strange. You're making a scary face. It's strange. Yeah, of course I'm acting strange. Because I can't think straight. Because she made me this way. I push her down onto the bed. Shiki, ow! I'm not... Shut up! I climb up on top of her. What an asshole! What a supreme asshole! I cover her lips with my own. My heart pounds furiously. My fully erect shaft lands on... Ha! Like a crude sword, it pierces into her. The maddening mixture of shyness and anticipation on her face disappears. No! I'm not... You're not ready for it yet, right? Even I know that, but I can't help it. Tonoshiki has been driven mad by her words. Panting fills the air. My breathing goes out of control. Really? Why do you always say things that make me go crazy, Arcueid? There's nothing else left now. She asks for gentle, he goes brutal. Asshole. It's a lot like Shiro in Rin's scene. Her body stiffens. She begins to quiver. Without paying any attention, I continue. However, that was only at the beginning. She's really tight. The rest of it won't go in unless I force it. It hurts, Shiki, it really hurts. Her voice is almost a scream. You have to put up with it. If you talk, you might bite your tongue. Pushing down on her, I continue. Her voice is full of pain. My voice, on the other hand, is different. Maybe it's because I didn't give her much foreplay, but she's not very wet inside. Asshole! I can only feel hot walls of flesh surrounding me. It's a little strange. Are my nerves damaged, or is it being inside her just that good? I frantically hold back, biting my tongue. My arms move on their own. Around the sides of her body, her neck, her ivory figure. She feels warm when I touch her, and she's so soft it feels like she would melt if I press too hard. Just touching causes my mind to go blank. Arcueid! Ha! In contrast to her pain, my mind is gone completely empty. This is bad. I have enough reason, at least, to know this is bad. So I use my hips and try to pull out. Yet the simple motion of pulling back is too much. Arcueid calls my name. Looking down, her hands grip the sheets lightly as if trying to resist the pain. Arcueid, you... She's bearing it. Trying to bear me as I indulge my selfishness. And bearing the pain of her first time. Ruining the moment that he's ruining. Anyway, bearing it all, she tries to allow me my wish. Why am I hesitating now? I like her. I love her. So I want her. Then no matter what happens, don't I just want to become one with her? No. It's not that simple. No. Not at all costs, you idiot. Arcueid, I know it hurts, but can you bear it? She gives a slight nod. Then here I go. If it hurts, just say so. Just say so. It should ease things a bit for you. All that's left is for me to bury myself in her depths. You know, there is a thing called restraint and responsibility. And of course it depends if you want it, you know. Like I said, unfortunately, you know, there is that Japanese cultural stigma where, you know, it's kind of normal for them to say no as a matter of the kind of like the excitement. It's weird how that works. Yeah. I doubt the remake's gonna have any of these scenes. The bed creaks. Her body bends like a bow. There's a feeling of something tearing like paper. Goddamn. Arcueid's face colors with shame, and tears gather in her eyes from the pain. The deeper I go, my awareness breaks apart. This pleasure, surpassing the pain, are waves of pleasure crashing into my brain. Fire races through my spinal cord and assails me. It's not necessarily because things are more censored now than before, it's because they're putting it on a home console, and none of that. There's no forgiveness inside her. She wraps around me, embracing, massaging, pressuring, caressing, constricting. The nerves in me are squeezed as if held by a fist. But I keep going further. These waves of pleasure threaten to make me pass out. Though I fear them, I also want more. Arcueid throws her head back, exposing her white neck. Her body arches in pain. Doing that only serves to make her tighten around me more, making me go insane. It's okay, we're almost there. As I move back and forth, translucent liquid seeps out of her. There's still pain in her voice, but on the other hand, her body, which was trying to escape before, is starting to reply. That means she's starting to feel pleasure. I use my hips a bit more. Her body jumps up. She quivers. Her well-shaped eyebrows contort in anguish. Her passage gets tighter. There is no end to Arcueid inside. And the pleasure keeps attacking me. Arcueid moans. I just keep going. Her pain, my pain, our hips, everything moves together as if one. What, you're complaining about pain now, Shiki? Really? Right now the pain is still greater than pleasure for her. If I can't hold off until it reverses, it would be meaningless. Shiki, harder! She begs me even as her tears start to flow. There's still pain, but she can't think about it. She's no longer holding me off. Here I go! Gathering up my strength, I start to thrust. Over and over. As long as I can concentrate until she loses all rational thought, I'll keep going. Her breathing matches the quivering of her body. Her hot skin, her face tinged with pleasure and pain. Just touching them steals away my rationale. She calls out my name as if remembering nothing else. In response, I go in. I'm okay, so please, go deeper. I feel like I'm melting inside of her. It isn't a matter of me simply releasing in her anymore. It's like my entire body, my entire mind is trying to release itself in pleasure. Holding back this long might be what's called a miracle. But I'm almost at my limit. The pleasure escalates without end. As the pain in Arcueid dwindles, the pleasure increases. I clench my stomach. A burning fire starts to well up inside me. That was it. Using all my strength, I plunge one last time. Arcueid arches in response. Spurt. I start to release it all. Arcueid breathes heavily. After waiting this long, only one or two won't finish it. My essence fluids her insides. After what seems like an eternity, Arcueid collapses on the bed, completely exhausted. She looks at her watch and she looks at her watch, then back at me and she's like, 30 seconds? Only the sound of our breathing echoes through the moonlit room. Arcueid's glistening body lies next to mine. Archangel Glenn, thank you for the donation. A thin line of blood on her thigh. We lie there panting. The results of her first time. She must really be worn out. I try and catch my breath, but for me, even after coming that much and pushing myself past the limit like that, it still isn't enough. The ecstasy was more than enough, but my mind is wanting to hold her even more. Even though I'd be limp already, normally, I'm fully erect, as if telling me things are just getting started. Arcueid has to be at her limit, going non-stop like that for 30 seconds. I bet she can't even move after all that pain and movement. Her unguarded back, completely flawless. The gentle curve of her hips. The hair on my neck stands up. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Shiki, Arcueid asks questioningly. Arcueid. I call her name and wrap my hands around her hips from behind. She gives an unbelievably cute yelp. Hey, Shiki! She turns and faces me in surprise. She blushes after looking down at me. Of course, she thought I already had enough. But after seeing me, her eyes flicker in surprise. Shiki, you're very lively. I'm surprised myself. Usually I would be done by now. But my body still seems to want you. So I don't want it to end now. Saying that with my eyes, I bring my face in between her legs. Shiki! If we stop now, wouldn't it be a waste? You finally started getting used to it all. So this time it's your turn to feel nothing but pleasure. At least there's that. You kinda shoulda started with that, Shiki. Just saying. I ignore her troubled voice. Stop, what are you doing, Shiki? What am I doing? Just getting ready for next time. We have to clean you up. Damn. Yes, but isn't it dirty? She blushes even more as she speaks. Her face is filled with embarrassment and pleasure. That is unbelievably cute. I quit. I can't take this slow. I can't take it this slow. Pulling my mouth back, I place my hands on her well-shaped ass. Shiki, what? I don't bother answering. Wait, Shiki. I'm already at your limit. But I've been teased inside of you for so long. She looks upward in shock. She collapses on her elbows as if resisting my rear assault. There isn't a shadow of pain in her voice anymore. It feels completely different than the first time. Our fluids from before make a smooth entry, but there is no difference in the pleasure I feel. No, it's even better this time. Even though she's as hot as an oven, there isn't any pain. No, stop! Not from behind! Before she can finish, I thrust even deeper. See, that right there is the epitome of, like, Japanese H stuff. Her reactions are very innocent. Just by going in, she returns twice as much sensation as my movement. You haven't come yet, right? It isn't fair if it's only me, so just accept it. Accept it? If you say so, I don't mind, but... But what? Then, I want it. Like we did before, she trails off weakly. Her gesture is just too cute. Over and over. She seems to be able to make me go insane over her. Her back twists and bends like a snake. It seems she doesn't feel much pain when I'm putting it in from behind. Is it just her healing ability? Or does she have some supernatural adaptation ability as well? I think you're overthinking it, Shiki. Unless you're, like, injuring her, you nutcase. The only thing she's feeling right now is embarrassment from being taken from behind, and the pleasure from the act itself. Here I come! She raises her voice as I move. Her once calming breathing and body temperature shoot rapidly upwards again. She breathes faster, as if urging me to hurry. She acts more than before, and her passage is overflowing with her. Her words are punctuated by gasps. Her voice is asking for me. The voice I want. Arcueid! I call out to her the same way, and at the same time, she tightens around me. You! I strike into her as hard as I can. Her body twists in response. Yes, Shiki, there, more! I oblige her, pumping her tunnel almost ruthlessly. So hot. I want to feel her hot skin so much it drives me crazy. I can't stop. Her voice rises higher in passion, as if invited by it. I grow even wilder. This might be the most destructive thing I've ever done. Shiki, I want you more. Spurred on by her voice, I continue to claim her. I bury myself in her depths. I wrap my hands around her and taste the sweat streaking her back. I love her. Even while in the midst of this beast-like passion, I love her so much. I don't understand. I can't understand it, so I just keep on loving her. My restraint is pretty gone by now. You didn't have any restraint, you douchebag. I can't hold back this time. Still, I keep going until I can't move. I want to satisfy her completely, so over and over I go, changing the position I'm in. Shiki, you're moving inside of me. As she breathes wildly, she moves her fingers down, as if to help me enter easier. She spreads. Maybe the pain or pleasure is too much. She starts to rub herself as tears roll down her cheeks. Her fingers are getting wet. Arcueid, not there. Touch here. I guide her as I keep thrusting. Right here? Her fingers hesitantly move to the most sensitive part of her body. Her back arches upwards. She breathes even more wildly after touching that sensitive place. I can't believe it. She lifts her head as she keeps on going. As I continue, she continues caressing herself on the outside. Her body jumps up and down. Take that! As she jumps, my head goes blank, as if I were completely connected to Arcueid. Her pleasure seems to channel into me. The heat inside her is like a tropical forest. Inside, come inside me. I'm totally enchanted. At this rate, I'll die. It feels so good inside of her that it seems like it would be the greatest thing in the world to die from the pleasure. The rhythm of my breathing is like a freight train. I go again. If there's no end or climax, I'll just have to finish it myself. Arcueid! My mind has gone numb a long time ago. Shiki! All she's able to say are those 2 syllables. Like I'm at the limit of my consciousness, she seems to be on the verge of ecstasy too. Slide, slide, slide! I keep thrusting harder, no matter how much she screams. So hard I might break her. I continue to push into her. Shiki, hey, I can show this. There you go. I can show that for a little while. Her trembling body, her tightening arms around me. I'm going to... She cries out imploringly, her eyes moist with unshed tears. I keep going. She tightens up. Her body stretches in an arch. Like her, I'm nearing the end too. I truly feel the very last of my passion welling up inside me. Shiki! With one last push, I thrust deep inside of her. Okay, enough of that. You guys got to see it. Arcueid stops breathing, the sensation of heat flowing out of me. Taking it all in, she wraps her arms tightly around me. Don't do this at home, kids. Get contraception. Her body collapses. She takes it all in as she lies there, convulsing and weak. Entranced by ecstasy, she sags to the bed. Her eyes are closed. With tears still trickling down her fully satisfied face, she falls asleep. Instantly. What? No, 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 no. That's not good for you. Get up and go to the bathroom or you're gonna get like a UTI. I'm spent. I look down at her as I breathe heavily. She's breathing peacefully as she sleeps. I start to feel a little embarrassed thinking back on it. I feel no regrets over having sex with her. Well, maybe just a little. I wanted to be a bit calmer, so that I could have enjoyed more of the sensation of her skin and the look of her embarrassed expressions. I guess I still can't. I'm doing my best, only keeping up with her. Actually, I'm not sure the day will come where I can be calm about Arcueid's body. How about you, fucking take a sedative then, you asshole? Even today, I don't remember much about what I did. All I can remember is how good it all felt. If tiredness is any indication of how good it was, I'm so exhausted I can't even walk now. Stifling a yawn, I look down at her sleeping face. I really do love her. She answered my selfish love. It might be a different form than the love I'm feeling, but Arcueid needs me too. Just that makes me extremely happy. Not the fact that I'm needed, but for her, who until now was always alone, for her to need someone else makes me happy. And you know, with this, you're not alone anymore, Arcueid. Everything starts to sway a little. It seems I'm getting sleepy too. Laying down on my back next to her, I take a deep breath. Like that, I sink into a deep sleep. In the midst of a deep sleep, I have a dream where Arcueid wakes up before me and is doing something terrible. What? Arcueid is rustling about by herself. What are you doing? I ask. Oh, you're awake, Shiki? Not really, I'm more asleep than awake. Thanks to you, my body isn't quite doing what I tell it to. I see. I'm flattered, but it's a bit embarrassing. Arcueid smiles like a little girl. I think it's strange for me to know how she looks like when I have my eyes closed, but since she looked so happy, I decided to ignore such a trivial thing. Hey, Shiki. What is it? You must be tired too, so you should sleep until nighttime. What if I became a true vampire? What would you do, Shiki? Such a strange question. But that wouldn't ever happen. Because you're afraid of drinking blood, right? That's why it's a what-if question. It's only natural to steal other lives to pursue your own in nature, right? So, it's just a story of what if I became like that. Cut it out. That won't ever happen, and I don't like talking about what-ifs. Didn't I say that before? Really? I like what-ifs. Not knowing how things will turn out, yet still having hope at least for that moment. That's right, you said something like that before too, Arcueid. Yeah, so I was wondering what I would have done if you were a horrible person. Arcueid? I love you, Shiki. You let me feel this way, and enabled me to tell you like this. You really were kind to me. No, he wasn't. You're just lucky she has no reference of comparison. Why? Why is Arcueid crying? Well, Shiki, I'll be leaving before you wake up. I won't be able to say goodbye directly, so forgive me for doing it this way. You know, I'm on your guys' side. I just know it's not going to happen, those scenes in the remake. But, man, I would love to see, like, modern Takeuchi art being used for something like that. Be like, damn! The sound of a door shutting. Still sleeping, I hear it close. I wake up. Bright sunlight streams in through the curtains. Looking at the clock, it just turned noon. Crap, school! I quickly get up. But come to think of it, it's Sunday today. You idiot! There's no need to go to school. If there's anything I should worry about, it's the fact that I stayed over at Arcueid's place without calling home. Come to think of it, I think I saw a weird dream. A dream where I was talking to Arcueid and she kissed me at the end. I'm really out of it. For me to see such a happy dream when Arcueid is sleeping next to me might be proof I'm really happy right now, though. Don't you think so, Arc? I turn to the bed, and my voice cuts off there. Arcueid? I look at the bed in shock. There's no one there. Arcueid isn't around anywhere. I'll be going now. In my dream, Arcueid said that. Hey, wait. I look around the room, but of course she isn't anywhere. Dude, if Ufotable animated the golden bathtub scene from Hollow Ataraxia, I could be complete right there. I'd be like, okay, I won't ask for anything ever again. But of course she isn't anywhere. The only thing I find is a single piece of paper on the table. What? I don't know if she's some kind of joker, or if it's in another language, but the paper only has the word bye written on it. Why? I don't want to believe it, but more than that, I can understand what Arcueid did. Why? You've got to be kidding me. Bye is just too simple. We even promised. We promised to be together. I told her I'd help her until the very end. It would be fantastic. You know they can do it. Golden Bathtub is the Artoria scene from Hollow Ataraxia. Why did she go off by herself again? Why, Arcueid? I scream as loud as I can and crumble the piece of paper. After that, I fly out of the room and look all over like I've gone mad. I can't find Arcueid. I know. I already know that she won't ever appear before me again, but I still can't give up. I'll go crazy like this. I'll go crazy unless I find her and yell at her for how much of an idiot she's been. But I still can't find her. I'll never see her again. Something desperately ends. She will settle things with Roa and disappear by herself. No, I think she's already finished and left the city already. I stop thinking before I go crazy. I hear the voices of cicadas in the back of my ear. The discarded shells of cicadas. My body becomes light with nothing inside it, and I cannot think anymore. This is what it means to truly be empty. Yes, that's her eclipse scene. Not even tears come forth. Still an empty shell, my legs move. I guess it's just like an animal's instinctual sense to go home. Even though I have nothing left in me, I'm walking towards my house. Don't go home. Savage night. I wake up to the sound of Hisui's voice. Since then, after returning to the mansion, I must have made my way to my room and slept. Shiki-sama, are you not feeling well? No, I'm fine. Answering, I sit up in bed. I'm almost amazed at myself. I don't even feel like talking, but my body tries to start my day as always. Breakfast? I'll be down soon. Yes, I will be waiting. Looking as if she still wants to say something, Hisui leaves the room. I change my clothes and head to the sitting room. Akiha and Kohaku are there. Morning. Giving my usual greeting, I go to the dining room. I eat breakfast and return to the sitting room. I sit on the sofa and stare at the clock. Nissan, you know you have school today, right? Yeah, that's right. I guess I should go to school. I forgot. I didn't feel like doing anything, and I thought I would keep living like this empty shell. I do have my life as Tonoshiki. If I don't have anything to do, it won't hurt to go to school. Nissan. Akiha looks at me uneasily. Speaking is just a pain. Sorry. Without saying anything, I go to school. Time passes by uneventfully. I emptily attend my lessons. The sound of the chalk, I mindlessly write down what's written on the board into my notes. Ooh! Sativa Night 89 donated $20. Thank you so much. I look out the window into the rear courtyard. Of course, there's no one there. What am I doing? Just calmly attending my lessons like this. Not searching for her and just returning to my normal life. But there's no way for me to search for Arcueid. Since she's left on her own, there's probably no possibility of me finding her. That's why I've really lost Arcueid. A sound comes from above my desk. It's nothing. I was just gripping my mechanical pencil so hard that I snapped another one. You're breaking the mechanical pencils? Jeez. Not that they're that strong, I guess. I just had sex, and it felt so good. But then she ran away. No! Classes end. In the commotion of the classroom, I still remain seated. Tono, can you come here for a moment? My math teacher speaks up from the podium. Yeah, what is it? I respond and walk towards him. Tono, hasn't your recent behavior been a little wild? I've received information that you've been going out late at night. Does it ring a bell? Yes, these past few days I had things to do in town at night. I see. My math teacher, well, my homeroom teacher as well, looks a bit concerned. Then he looks a little sorry. I know you're not the kind of student to goof off at night, but there have been concerns voiced by the faculty. It appears the head of the student council would like to speak to you. Because of that, please go to the student council room after school. Just consider yourself unlucky and bear with it. Saying goodbye, he leaves the classroom. After school, I stop by the student council room, but the teacher isn't there. Now that I remember, that teacher is also an advisor to the gymnastics team. He probably won't come until practice is over. The teacher probably heard rumors. They get very nosy. I sit in my chair and wait faithfully. I bite my lip. I know this isn't the time to be doing this. I know, but there's nothing I can do. Outside the window, the sunset paints the sky vermilion. I can hear the voices of club members practicing outside, and the students talking while going home. Within that, this classroom is the only quiet place. This makes me angry. Why am I here? I can't do anything. I'm angry at my powerlessness. However, I have no way to solve this myself, so in the end, all I can do is accept everything I'm told emptily. What am I doing? There's no answer. I just sit in the empty classroom, listening to the sounds outside. The second hand of the clock sweeps by, telling me it's now 7 at night. You sit there till it's 7 and no one's coming for you? What the fuck? No one comes by. The school closes at 6 and all the teachers left at 6:30, so no one else remains in the school grounds, so he sent me this room waiting for no fucking reason. What an asshole. I guess I'm forgotten. I get up from my chair. After pondering matters so long, my head starts to clear a little. I was thinking all this time about what I should do, what I should prioritize. From here, I should save the game, because we're also going to save to a new slot, because we will return to this one to make our final choices. Actually, it's not this choice, but of course we're going to look for Arcueid. That would be stupid. Look for Arcueid. You gotta give it a shot. I should look for Arcueid. No matter how impossible it might look, no matter how hopeless it seems, it's all I can think of. I'll keep searching until I find her. I can't leave her by herself, and I can't let her settle things with Roa by herself. All right. My mind is set, so I can't waste any more time here. I have to go to town this very minute, and even if it means looking for a needle in a haystack, I have to find Arcueid. Naturally, the hallway is empty. The lights are shut off, and the hallway is illuminated solely by the blue moonlight streaming in from the windows. I realize as I look up the sky from the hallway, tonight is a full moon. My dog howled in her sleep last night. It was super surprising, but also kind of cute. I lose myself for a moment, gazing at it. The silver moon. Delicate beauty like glass. It feels like it'll crumble if I were to reach out my hand and touch it. That moon. When I was a child, I feel like I saw it in a stupor. Throb. Ugh. Suddenly the scar on my chest begins to ache. My heart skips a beat. My blood starts to circulate wildly, and I can't control my breathing. I place my hand on my chest. My uniform is soaked in blood. My scar is opened and is bleeding. Panting. My breathing is out of control. A chill runs down my back, and my spine painfully tells me it's going to burst open. In between my heartbeats, I hear a sound. Someone is coming from the far end of the hallway, walking towards me. The sound of footsteps. There's something not right. This isn't the wild beating of my heart, which comes from my body, sensing danger like before. A headache runs through my head. This pain, this sense of danger is directed against me. I feel that shadowy figure is something Tonoshiki must not meet. I breathe harder. Not even able to breathe properly, I take off my glasses. My knife is in my pocket. The figure draws closer. The moonlight seems to suggest it's a male. The point, indicating death, pulsates in the center of his body like a heart. Around his body are numerous lines of death covered like wires for a machine. My breathing stops. There's something wrong with my head. I don't know this figure. Even though I don't know, I can't help but feel it resembles someone. He approaches. I'll be able to see his face soon. Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who am I forgetting? Bloodshot eyes. The death all over his body. An alien stillness, as if the air around us were frozen. There's no mistaking it. He isn't human. He draws even closer. He heads straight in my direction, looking solely at me, smiling wordlessly. I ready my knife. The blade pops forth. He continues walking. There's no time to think or hesitate. Under the white moon, as if in slow motion, I ready my knife. He doesn't stop. Slowly, as if time stopped only for me, he easily reaches out and takes my knife, holding it upside down. What? My body doesn't move. Shiki. Being able to see death isn't just your privilege. Saying that, he moves his arm. A chill runs through me again. My brain freezes. My body remembers the same pain from before. The sound of slashed flesh. My knife he stole is now plunged into my chest. Oof! My body collapses. All my strength drains as I crumble to the floor. Fluttering. A white sheet falls. It's because I leaned on him when I fell. As I fell, my hand took the bandages wrapping his body. I see. You wish to see my face, Shiki? Saying that, he unfurls the bandages. Everything turns dark. His face. This face before me. I know it. It does resemble that, because his face, it resembles the face of the bloody child before me on that hot summer day. I fall into the ground, the knife still embedded in my chest. Strangely, there's no blood or even pain. My body just gets colder. My consciousness drifts away. My control over my body, everything starts to fade away. I did pay you back for killing me. He says this as he looks down at me. The face I see as I look up, I recognize him. Of course I recognize him. Yeah, why have I forgotten until now? When I was a kid, the other child me and Akiha played with at that mansion. Always we were together. When Akiha came to play, me and him were always there to welcome her, so why have I forgotten his name until now? Shiki. That's right, Shiki. It's really been a long time. Shiki, smiles with satisfaction. Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki. Those meaningless scribbles. That's ridiculous. Sorry, Shiki. You'll have to listen to my grudges just a little longer. So I just avoided the point of death slightly. It's not fatal, so you'll probably stay conscious for a bit. Don't fade away that easy. The unpleasant laugh and the terrible uneasiness I felt when I faced Nero. In the midst of my fading consciousness, I realized something. He is Arcueid's enemy. Well then, shall I take that knife? Someone like you who's about to disappear won't need it. He reaches for the knife stuck in my chest. He grips the handle. The moment he takes it out will be my death. But I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't even move to close my eyes. He flies. Suddenly, Shiki flies back as if he were struck by a car. At the same time, a black-robed figure appears. And even though this is the third floor, she crashes through the glass window and makes a flashy appearance. After flying back many meters, Shiki stands up slowly and stares at me lying on the floor. And CL-senpai protecting me. Bitch. Interfering once and now twice. Senpai only stares back wordlessly at Shiki. He lowers himself as if to attack Senpai. And then, as if realizing something, Shiki begins to laugh. I see. That's how it is, woman. I can't believe it, but that's how it is. Interesting. This is the first time such a thing has happened in 800 years. If that's the case, then new things truly do await me. Shiki continues to laugh from the bottom of his heart. Senpai merely stares at the vampire in front of her. What is it? You have to come kill me, right? Or is it something else? Or is it that cast-off shell cannot do anything on its own? Senpai doesn't respond. She looks away from the vampire and lifts me up. Oh? That imposter is more important than cutting off the cause behind you? But that's useless. He is beyond help. It's only payback for him living as Tono Shiki until now. No matter what, there was no healing someone whose lines of death are cut. Even that princess had to exchange her 800 years of time in order to regenerate. A human like him can't escape death. His voice is full of mocking laughter. Senpai doesn't say anything in response. In the end, without a single word, as she holds me, she goes through the glass window and jumps outside. She seems to treat the height as if it were nothing. With a light step, she lands on the ground and runs from the school without even looking back. Through it all, I look only at the school building with my empty eyes. The third-floor hallway I was in just now. I blankly look at the vampire with long black hair as he victoriously watches us leave. Roa! You've already viewed this scene. World of the moon. Yeah, it's the world of the moon. Still holding me, Senpai heads straight for my mansion. I don't know what she's planning, but this can't be good. With a knife still embedded in my chest, there's no mistake that my death is near. If Akiha sees me like this, it won't just be a matter of her worrying. Damn it, I can't speak. I want to tell her to cut it out, but I can only gasp for air. Please be quiet, Tono-kun. It is okay. I'm sure your sister can help. Help? That's impossible, Senpai. I'm stabbed in the chest and I can't even move. There isn't anyone who can help a person about to die like this. No, it's possible. Otherwise, it would not make any sense. Look, if your sister couldn't help you, you would have died 8 years ago. That's why I know we can still make it. Her words, they have so many U's in them I can hardly understand. Senpai, what do you... Jeez, just be quiet already. If you speak anymore, we may not be able to help you. She gives an unbelievably serious, angry face. I feel terrible, so I close my eyes. Well, anyways, it's beginning to get hard. Staying up. So... Blech. Flashback, baby, oh yoo-hoo-hoo. I was always an outsider to my family. From an early age, I had always thought that. From the time I was adopted to the Tono family, by the Arima family. No, actually long before that, I was an outsider to my family. I even wondered why. Before I realized it, I was alone. There were people around me acting like my parents, so I tried hard to act like their child. I think the house with the old tatami room was my first house. From there, after some incident, I was taken to a large Western-style mansion. There was a brother and a sister around my same age, and we became good friends, I think. But there was always a small wall between their father and me. But still, we tried hard to be a real family. Even if we weren't related by blood, we tried to believe we were a family. But that ended abruptly. After a large accident, I was taken to a hospital. No one came to see me and my eyes became abnormal. Until then I was alone, and in the end I was alone. I thought maybe I should just disappear like that, until I met that sorceress, who was as beautiful and clear, who was as beautiful as the clear blue sky overhead. A nostalgic dream. I'm alive? I speak aimlessly. I don't seem to be able to lift a finger, but at least I can speak clearly. My mind is clear enough to grasp that this is my own room. Nissan, are you awake? Akiha, you're there? Akiha is standing by the bedside, apparently having taken care of me. Akiha, you... I look at Akiha not knowing what happened. She looks away uneasily. This wound is... I can't say Shiki did it. In the first place, how did she react when I arrived with this wound? I would think that usually you'd send someone with a knife in their chest to the hospital. Akiha, It's okay. I heard most of the circumstances from that person. That person? You mean Senpai? Still looking down, Akiha nods. I'm more confused. What exactly did Senpai tell Akiha with most of the circumstances? This isn't good. Not knowing what Senpai told her. I can't ask her something wrong. Akiha, where is Senpai? If you mean that person, she is resting in the sitting room. I normally wouldn't let such a person stay in the house, but she has helped you, so I can't treat her poorly. As she speaks, her expression turns more severe. Nissan, the wound in your chest was caused by Shiki, right? Directly, Akiha cuts to the heart of the matter. Akiha, you... Didn't I say so earlier? I heard most of the circumstances from that person. Although I would have not understood the situation if I had looked at you. Sorry, I would have understood the situation if I looked at you. My words stick in my throat. Akiha sounds as if she knows about that Shiki from the beginning. Akiha, you... about Shiki? Yes, I know. From the very beginning, I was aware of everything and called you back to the mansion. I suddenly get assailed by... I suddenly get assailed by dizziness, like I just got hit in the head with a hammer. Wait a minute. What do you mean you were aware of everything? Don't honestly know what's going on. Certainly there was another kid with me back then. A kid with me and you back then. But when I asked you, you said there wasn't a third child. I'm sorry. All I've ever done is lie to you. Even about this, I knew it would turn out like this, but I lied to you all this time and deceived you. Deceived? Then there was a third kid. But why did he disappear suddenly? Yeah, I really can't remember. The third kid, I remember always playing with another boy my age. Akiha sometimes would sneak away when her father wasn't looking and come play with us. But how come I don't remember? Things like why he disappeared. Or like how his name, Shiki, was the same as mine. Yeah, everything I have clearly forgotten. I don't know. The only thing I remember is that... the scene I saw in the courtyard. Since I came back, it's only that hot summer day which floats in the back of my mind like a daydream. Akiha's there, I'm sure. Before me is the bloody corpse of another boy. Yes, Shiki did say so. I paid you back for killing me, he said. So that means... that dream. I really killed him? Is that why he suddenly disappeared and I conveniently forgot all about those bad memories? Akiha, No, you're mistaken. You did not kill anyone. Tono Makihisa. Our father commanded you to think that way. My old man did? I don't understand even more. Why would my old man command me to do something like that? Akiha, you said you were aware of everything when you called me back. What do you mean? You know about 8 years ago? About Shiki? About everything? Yes. I didn't want you to remember about Shiki, Nissan. If possible, I wanted you to forget about it forever. But it's all over. From the beginning, it was impossible to hide it. Saying that, she gives me a self-derisive smile. She looks at me in the eye and starts speaking again. Nissan, that person told you about the Tono blood being special, right? You may not believe it, but there is non-human blood in the Tono ancestry. At least that is what Father has told me since I was young. Of course I did not believe it at first, but something happened to me to make me believe it. That incident was when you were killed by Shiki 8 years ago. Killed? Me by Shiki? Akiha nods wordlessly. But that's strange. That's the exact opposite. Shiki was the one lying bloody on the ground. And didn't he say I paid you back for killing me? As the people in the Tono family grow older, the inhuman blood in us increases. This blood isn't anything good. I think the type of blood mixed in with the Tomo family greatly increases one's instincts and makes them think it's just the blood of a beast. If you call the human part reason, the instincts of the non-human blood overpower reason. Akiha, that's... I know you can't believe it because it's so sudden, but please, be quiet for now. Even now, if I could move freely and avoid Shiki, I'd fly out of here and look for her. However, the end comes for members of the Tono family as they grow older. There has not been an instance of inversion as a child like Shiki did. The blood in the Tono family varies from individual to individual. There are those whose appearance will not change, and those whose appearance will. Shiki was a typical case of the latter. The latter, his appearance changed? Yes. I do not understand why he went crazy at such a young age, but he inverted without any warning. When that happened, he attacked you, Nissan. Shiki attacked me? The old wound on my chest aches. It happened in that courtyard. You were stabbed in the chest, and were on the verge of death when Father came and stopped Shiki. To stop Shiki, who has lost his mind, you can only kill him. It is the duty of the head of the Tono household to deal with members of the family who have inverted. So the bloody Shiki you saw was probably the result of Father dealing with him. I can't remember. There was something else. I feel like there was something more important that I can't remember. Afterwards, you miraculously recovered, and as you remember, you were taken to the hospital, and you were in a big accident, and told you were in a big accident. For that reason, I was then raised to be a successor of the Tono family, even though I was the second child. Once inverted, Shiki could no longer be the successor, so the only other remaining blood relative had to be chosen. I see. That's why Aki had to make such a heavy burden of becoming the successor, huh? Akiha, that's weird. You said it was Shiki that inverted, right? Then I'm not normal? I'm surprised, Nissan. You believe all of this? Hey now, it's not like you'd lie like this. Well, I'm used to this kind of talk. More importantly, I'm asking you if this is a bit strange, Akiha. I suppose you are right, but Nissan, there's nothing wrong with the story, so we can discuss it. So we cannot discuss it any further. No, Akiha. Sorry, but finding out about Shiki is important to me. He is both mine and her mutual enemy. I can't just ignore him. So I have to know the truth. I can't have any traces of doubt left. Why is he alive if the old man killed him? Why? I forgot something so important. Please, tell me, Akiha. It is simple. You had a reason you could not succeed the Tono family. You really forgot that, didn't you, Nissan? I wish that illusion continued forever. Akiha? Nissan, you are not a part of the Tono family. Because of a whim of Father's, he adopted you just because you had the same name of his son, Shiki. You and I, and Shiki, we were raised as true siblings. You were really good friends with Shiki, almost enough to make my childish heart feel jealous. But after what happened to Shiki, everything went wrong. Shiki was taken care of secretly, but the eldest son of the Tono household could not be killed. The Tono family was important standing in society. Has important standing in society, doesn't it? So they could not tell society that their heir to the family suddenly just disappeared. And Father had an idea. To treat Nissan, who was almost killed by Shiki, as Tono Shiki, and let Shiki be the adopted son who died in an accident. In other words, you traded places with Shiki. The one killed remained alive, and the one who killed died. That is your relationship with Shiki. Then what is this? I'm not your brother. I'm not even a member of the Tono family. Of course, not a member of the Arima family either. Then where am I from? I'm sorry, no one can answer that now. Nissan, the child named Shiki is gone. That child named Shiki died 8 years ago. Now in terms of living, not in terms of living, but in terms of existence. Name, a past, family, even memories, none of these remain anymore. You traded places with Tono Shiki 8 years ago. Father disposed of everything. That is why you were adopted by the Arima family. To maintain appearances, the eldest son of the Tomo family must still be alive. However, since you're not related by blood, you cannot be the heir. Reasoning that your body was weakened by the accident, you were given to the care of the Arima family. Was it, Yosef Ali? Donated $5? Thank you. That is wonderful. He commanded me not to let you near the mansion again. Akiha's voice is trembling. She looks down, acting like she's resisting something. I know she must feel terribly guilty, but I don't intend to blame her. It might make me feel better that she feels this way, but there's something I still have to ask right now. No, there are still 2 things I need to clear up. Please keep talking, Akiha. There's some things I still don't get all the way. Nissan? First, I understand I'm not a member of the Tono family, but that raises another question. You said the members of the Tono family are special, but the truth is, I also have something strange. Senpai said it was because I was a member of the Tono family, so I was convinced. But I'm not a member of the Tono family, right? Then what does it all mean? I do not know. Certainly Father did not seem the type to just adopt someone on a whim. There may be some reason to why he adopted you, Nissan. I see. Well, it doesn't really matter to me what family I'm from. So there's no need to worry about it, Akiha. And, I always thought I was just lucky to be alive. It was a really fatal wound, wasn't it? I'm blessed enough just being alive. Yeah, and more than that, the problem is... And second, why is Shiki alive? Glare. I unconsciously let hostility slip into my stare as I look at her. Nissan, that's... It's strange that he's still alive. Shiki lost to his Tono blood and did this inversion thing, didn't he? And he killed me and was struck down by the old man. Then he shouldn't be alive. That, there's really only one possibility. Just like I recovered, he must have recovered. Well, maybe my old man didn't kill him. After all, no matter how insane he was, it was still his son. So maybe he didn't kill him and hid him from the eyes of everyone else. Just like how I was sent to the hospital. Akiha doesn't answer. It seems I wasn't off the mark. I see. The old man probably intended to call him back to the mansion when Shiki regained his sanity. That isn't true, but she can't say it. She only silently looks downwards. It's okay. It isn't your fault or the old man's. Of course not Shiki's either. It really all just sort of happened. It was just bad luck that some insane guy from overseas entered Shiki. You said everything went crazy, but that's all that happened. Akiha doesn't respond. I'm a little tired. To be honest, I didn't want to know anything about myself. More than that, I have to find Arcueid right now. Akiha, I'm a little tired. I'm gonna sleep. So could you please leave? Yes, if you say so, Nissan. Akiha heads toward the door. Akiha? There's still one thing left to ask, so I call after her. What is it, Nissan? Yeah. Why did you call me back here? I'm not your real brother. Please don't say such foolish things. You are my only Nissan. Now and back then, even if you forgot, from when we were little, to Tono Akiha, you are my only Nissan, Shiki. The door clicks shut as Akiha exits my room. After she's gone, I finally realize my situation. It's just past 10. It's been 3 hours since Roa attacked me at school. I still can't move at all. I feel like my body is a remote control robot. My mind's working, and I don't feel any pain, but I can't move my arms or legs. Take a deep breath to calm down. I can't move because I'm trying to move I can't move because I'm trying to move large things like my arms or legs. First, I'll start small. Like the little finger on my right hand. I concentrate on trying to move it. I focus all the power in my body to my little finger. My whole body starts to break out in sweat. After a few minutes, I finally move my little finger. If it's just my little finger, but it gets the momentum going. As if forcing my nerves to remember the sense of movement. I go from my ring finger to my palm, to my elbow to my arm, and to my shoulder, until I increase the parts of my body able to move. I start to pant. The more I can move, the more pain fills me. I see I didn't feel pain because my whole body was numb. Restoring my nerves like this means pain returns at the same time. Sweat trickles from my forehead. Pain shoots through my body like countless blades. But if I can't move on my own, I won't be able to leave my room. Leave my room, go into town, go to school. I won't be able to find Arcueid. Resisting the urge to puke, I lift my upper body. It would take all my effort just to walk in this condition, but I don't care. In the first place, it's a miracle I'm alive after Roa stabbed me in the chest. If I wished for any more luck, karma would probably punish me. I look at the knife wound on my chest, and I don't see the point indicating death on my chest anywhere. I calm down slightly. Come to think of it, if he hit the point of death, I would have died instantly. Not even Nero's immortal, monstrous body could escape it, so there's no way someone like me would walk away from it alive. Maybe he sees what's different? Sorry, what he sees is different? As I ponder this, a light knock sounds at my door and Senpai enters the room. Tono-kun! You were told to rest, so why are you up? She forcefully walks toward my bed. For now, I wordlessly watch her. What is it, Tono-kun? Is there something on my face? No, you just aren't wearing your glasses. Yes, it's a pity. Yours and mine made such a good set together. As she smiles like this even now, I can't help but think Senpai will always be Senpai. Even though she's wearing those priestess robes and can fight evenly with Roa, she'll always be the Senpai I know. Thanks. You saved me once again. Yes, that makes it 3 times. I won't keep lending you a hand, so please be more careful. I see. Got it. I'll be prepared. Next time I'll be sure to get him before he gets me. After I say this, Senpai looks directly at me. Tono-kun? Don't tell me you have not learned from your experience yet? Hey now, I'm the victim here. Why did I have to learn? He was the one who attacked me, so I can't do anything about it. That's true, but Tono-kun, you're certainly set on finishing this. I don't respond. I don't know if I'm set on finishing this like she says. It's just, I can't sit around and do nothing right now. Senpai, I have a question if that's alright. No, but even if I said that, you wouldn't stop anyway. Alright. If that makes you calm down, it's a good price to pay. Then let's talk, shall we? Senpai sits in the chair Akiha was in earlier. I thought she'd try to stop me right away. But I don't think that's what she's thinking. Then I'll ask. The guy before was Roa, wasn't he? Yes. That is his host this time. The same Tonoshiki who plundered your life 8 years ago. You heard about that from Akiha-san? Yeah, I heard. Are you friends with her or something, Senpai? She seems to hate you, though. Yes, I am hated. She despises my job of hunting heretics, and it seems she does not like me either. It seems to be a rather remarkable hatred. She amazingly says all this with a smile. Oh, well, that's another matter. Back to Roa. His lair is at our school? I can't say exactly, but it seems like the school building is his lair. I think he started to move on his own because Arcueid killed all of his dead. In other words, Arcueid hasn't found him yet. If so, then there's still a chance of me finding her. Tono-kun? Nothing. But why would he set up at my school? No, in the first place, he seems more like Shiki than Roa. He didn't seem like a vampire at all. Just what does it all mean? It doesn't mean anything other than the source of his character is Shiki. Of course, he doesn't act like a vampire. Hold on, Shiki is Roa's host, right? Then his personality is Roa's. So wouldn't he start attacking, So wouldn't he start acting like less of a human? No, not at all. Okay, Tono-kun. The body Roa reincarnated into is raised as a different person with a different character. Unless he matures as a human until Roa awakens, he will not be able to use his intelligence as Roa. But after Roa awoke within him, Roa's principles follow that of the host. Then that guy is unmistakably Shiki. And there's none of Roa's personality at all? Yes. In a way, Roa doesn't exactly exist anymore. What does exist is the conceptualization of Roa's desire for immortality. What's troublesome is that the steady accumulation of wills, or of history, of magical knowledge, all parts of this malicious conceptualization. For Roa, as long as he can continue his thesis on immortality, he doesn't care what else he does. Roa increases his dead, but it's really more like an instinct in a species to breed children. Shiki's true desire and what Roa really wants are completely different from each other. What Shiki really wants to do? Yes, probably his desire to kill you is far greater than any consolation with Arcueid. What? I don't get it at all. What's she trying to say? Why would he want to kill me? It's hard to say, but Shiki thinks you killed him. What do you mean? I'm the one who was killed. He's got it all backwards. But you are alive, Tono-kun, and Shiki was killed. In the end, you became Tono-shiki, did you not? After Shiki received judgment from the Tono family, he had a miraculous recovery just like yours. However, he didn't have his house to return to, because Tono-shiki was very much alive, living with his sister Akiha-san. In a way, you killed Tono-shiki. You took away his only place to return to. Being hid away by Tono Makihisa while you lived in this place, you can only imagine how Shiki felt. To Shiki, I'm just an imposter who is the name. To Shiki, I'm just an imposter who is using the name Tono-shiki? Yes, which is why Shiki hates you more than anything, Tono-kun. But I didn't do so because I wanted to. But I guess Shiki doesn't care about that. To him, I'm the hated imposter who stole everything. The man who stole his home. Without any abatement, he lived and seethed in hatred these past 8 years. So of course he wants to kill me. But I was still the only one killed, senpai. Tono-kun? Yeah, I had things stolen from me too. 8 years ago, I was 9 years old. Back then, the Shiki who lived up until that time disappeared without a trace. I can't recall my past too well. I don't have this urge to meet my true parents, but I can't even remember any treasured memories I may have had. Whoever Shiki had been, he is nowhere to be found. Tono-kun, you can't fight because of hatred. As if sensing the danger in my words, Senpai warns me. I tell her not to be ridiculous as I shake my head. That's not it. I have to deal with Roa for a different reason. You don't hate him? I'd be lying if I said no, but it doesn't really matter. Just can't let him... sorry. Water time. I just can't let him run loose by himself, because if I do that, the princess would try too hard. That's why I have to help her. I promised her I'd help to the very end. That's right, which is why I can't be resting here by myself. She's always going through so much pain, yet tries to act so cheerful in front of me. I just can't understand. Why do you support her so much? Arcueid is a vampire. Isn't she different from you? I don't care about that. But can you fuck the vampire? That is what matters. No. All I know is I love her. That's enough reason for me to help her. Looking at Senpai's eyes, I speak directly. Senpai brings her hand to her mouth as if moved and blushes for some reason. I see. You're saying you will help her to the very end, Tono-kun? Yeah. I don't have time to waste. If Roa is at my school, I'll have to leave right away. Otherwise, Arcueid might try and fight Roa. If that happens, her safety isn't guaranteed. So I have to lend her a hand. I don't know how much of use I can be, but it has to be better than Arcueid by herself. It is hopeless, even if you were able to move fully. She isn't able to match Roa in her present state. Not able to match him. Not able to match him? How do you know about that, Senpai? A simple calculation. She is already suppressing the urge to drink blood, which she felt victim to before. This reduces her power so much she couldn't even stand up to a half-powered Roa. Your power is less than half of Roa's, so you can't match him even if you work together. In the first place, she is very close to death. Her power is weak, and she's using that to suppress the impulse within herself. It would be like us moving around after having our lungs smashed. What? What do you mean? Close to death? Why? Certainly she was in pain, but she didn't look close to death at all. Of course, that's because she's resisting the urge to drink blood. It would be easier if she drank it, but I don't think she would ever do that. As long as she pursues Roa in her present state, she is racing toward death. That's just ridiculous! Inconceivable! I stand up from my bed. I fall to the floor instantly, without even catching myself, like a piece of trash hitting the carpet. Ugh, how weak. Arcueid is in such a desperate situation, but I'm so weak I can't even walk. Please don't force yourself, Tono-kun. Even though you're not wounded, your energy is practically all gone. It's probably Roa's host, Shiki's ability. Just being stabbed by a knife shaved away some of your life away. My life? Think of it as your energy which allows you to live. It is infinite, but exhaustible. It is produced as long as one lives, but the amount able to be stored varies from individual to individual. So the amount of life that can be taken away from a body is limited. Before we use up all the energy we've accumulated, we draw more from this unlimited source. So if there's a way to steal all the accumulated energy in a single instant, the person wouldn't even need... Jesus Christ, this hurts to read. So, if there was any way to steal all the accumulated energy in a single instant, the person wouldn't even have the minimal energy needed to draw in more energy from this unlimited source. And all life activity would cease. Jesus. Life. Life which uses life. Then, things use it to live? That's true. You can't exactly call it death. It's more like a car that has no gasoline. It can't run. Saying that, she helps me stand up and moves as if to tuck me into bed. Enough, I'm not going to lie down. What are you saying when you can't even stand by yourself? If you don't want to lie down, then please stay like that. She pushes me down and I forcefully sit on the bed. Just sitting up like this leaves me out of breath. Shit. In this state, I can't make it to school. Even if I were able to see Arcueid, I'd just be a burden on her like this. You don't have to fight anymore, Tono-kun. It will all be settled in a matter of days. Settled? What do you... Because I have found the reincarnation of Roa, the Vatican. Our headquarters has approved my request. Within 7 days, the burial agency, under direct control of His Holiness the Pope, will arrive and put an end to Roa. In the end, it will mean just another continuation of the cycle, but this instant of Roa will be dealt with. 7 days? 7 days? No, I can't wait that long. Even now, Arcueid might be trying to settle things with Roa. It'll all be meaningless. I force strength back into my legs. Deceiving myself into ignoring my braggart breathing, I stand up from my bed. Senpai, my knife, where is it? I have it. But do you think I'll give it to you, Tono-kun? No, but you should keep other people's things. You shouldn't keep other people's things, Senpai. Isn't common courtesy to hand back dropped things to their owners? After saying I'm right, Senpai rustles through her pockets and brings forth my knife. Because this dagger is yours, I will return it. But you really intend on going back to the school, Tono-kun? Yeah. Before Arcueid finds Roa, I have to. I have to kill him. If Shiki's objective is to get me, I can't escape a fight to the death anyway. So in order to protect Arcueid, I'll go kill Roa myself. In your condition? I just don't understand. Please tell me why you're into her. If you tell me, I won't stop you. Senpai asked me the same thing as before. Her look is calm and sincere. She really does want to know. Why I want to help her? Because I like her? Or because being with her was fun? Yeah, those are really important too. But it's deeper than that. There was something I can't let go. Because she's all by herself. I can't just leave her alone. I think that's why. That's a lie. You can't risk your life because of that. Please answer seriously, Tono-kun. I can't understand that kind of reason. No, it really is my reason. Until now, she's been alone. She never even knew what it was like to have fun. Always. Sorry. Always, almost foolishly isolated. Isn't it too lonely? I won't allow such a meaningless life. So I just want her to know that there's so many things to do in this world, and most of it is useless and meaningless. Knowing those is a part of fun of being alive. Such things even a child knows. I just wanted to tell her. Even though she smiles like she's enjoying herself immensely, I wanted to show her anyone can have that. I wanted to show her over and over this world has more, even more enjoyable things, enough to make any hardship seem like nothing. To be able to feel all the normal things as something normal. I wanted to make her happy, so she can truly smile all the time, because I like Arcueid's smile. Isn't that right? As much as she hasn't been saved until now, I want to make her so many more... As much as she hasn't been saved up until now, I want to make sure... I want to make her so many more times happier. I have to at least balance it out. In the first place, it's so simple to end her solitude. Yeah, it's very simple. Just speak with someone and do what you want to. And I know anyone can do it. Someone else has to make her happy. Someone else can make her happy. So certainly, with my body in this pitiful state, there's no need for me to act this desperately. Someone else could just make her not solitary. I know that. I know, but it's not all logic. But I can't. I can't let someone else do it, and I can't part with her like this. For me, there's no one else besides her. Because Arcueid is the only one in this world. The only one in this world I want to make happy. I love Arcueid. I love her as a man. I love everything about her. But more than that, I want to make her happy with my own hands. You know, I am a bit tired. Give me just a moment. I need to, pick myself up and go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Ugh. Yeah, there's not nearly enough music in this game. But more than that, I want to make her happy with my own hands. For that, it doesn't matter what happens to my life. I don't want her to die like this. Right now, that's all there is, Senpai. Yeah, that's all. She's more precious to me than my own life right now. Please don't say such stupid things. No one else can do that. It seems you're the only one in this world who can even say that. Senpai shrugs her arms after a big sigh. Senpai? It makes me a little angry. She is happy enough already. As if she's giving up something, Senpai speaks with a gentle voice. And then, I hear the rustle of tree branches from outside the window. Oh, you don't need to be surprised. She was just leaving. I felt something out of place before, so I guess it was that after all.
She's been listening in as I confess my love. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh. Senpai casts a glance out the window. It isn't like her to put a higher priority on you than Roa. Well, if she gave more priority to Roa after such a speech, she deserves some divine punishment. Huh? Then that means Arcueid was outside my window until just now? Why would Arcueid come to my room, Senpai? She came to check up on you because she was worried after Roa attacked you. She must have heard about what we were talking about, and left for Roa. In other words, she went to settle things with Roa. What, she went? Why? Of course, after hearing something like that, even I would have done the same thing. Yeah, I'm envious, but I pity her just as much. But how come? You want to help her, but she doesn't want to get you involved. So there's only one answer, right? Senpai acts calm as if she knew this would happen. So now you can give up, right, Tono-kun? No matter how hard you try, you can't catch up to her. So leave the rest to me and rest. Like hell! I wildly grab onto Senpai's collar. Just that makes me dizzy, but I don't care. You asked me knowing this would happen, Senpai? No. I didn't know you saw her that way. Certainly this was a mistake on my part. But her expression doesn't change. She looks down at me gently as I clutch her collar. Doing this accomplishes nothing. Arcueid is already gone. What I should be doing isn't blaming Senpai. I'm going after her. Oh, excuse me. Take me there. Do you think I'll follow an order from a person in your condition? Yeah, of course I don't think so. Ah, here's the stupid fucking line. Here's the stupid fucking line. The dumbest, cringiest thing anyone could ever say. If you don't listen to me, I'll rape you right here. Trying to sound like the biggest edgelord whiny baby in the world. Jesus Christ. I hate this line. I really hope nothing like this makes it into that remake, because this is bad. It's just stupid. Her expression collapses. She casts a look as if she's staring directly into my heart. But now I can't back down. And then, Senpai gives yet another sigh. Like, seriously, it's such a asshole thing to say. It's so wrong on so many levels. And I get he's trying to, like, get his way the best possible because he's trying to do it for Arcueid's sake. But the fact that he says that, it's just so bad. It's so bad. What? What the fuck? Your proposition is intriguing, but I'll pass. It was my mistake, and I've gone this far already. I'll stay with you till the last stop. She pulls back from my hands and steps over next to me. I will take you there, so please be quiet. Huh? Like, at that point, I'd just be like, I'd like to see you try, you bumbling bastard. It's like you're sitting there, you can't even stand on your own two fucking feet, and here you are giving threats like that. I don't have time to be surprised. Giving a slight heave, she picks me up. If If Akiha-san sees us... Sorry. If Akiha-san sees us, she would try to stop us. So shall we... That is a tough line to read. Jesus Christ. So shall we use the same method as she did. So shall. Tongue twisters. A light footstep. And we fly out the window as Senpai holds me. Now, I can't remember if that line is in the manga. I kind of get the implication that it does, that it is. We arrive at school. Even though she was carrying me, Senpai isn't even out of breath, and she ran as swiftly as if she was sprinting by herself. Tono-kun, can you walk? Barely. We're going to kill Roa, so we can't go in like this. That's true. Then please walk on your own from here. Senpai lowers me to the ground. The school is eerily quiet. Once we go inside, all that's left is a fight to the death. I take off my glasses after a deep breath. Dun dun dun, my head starts to pound. In addition to not being able to move myself fully, I feel really sick. This isn't good. Senpai looks up at the night sky with a serious expression. A full moon. The radiant moonlight illuminates the school grounds. What isn't good? Yes, the true ancestors are said to be originally from the moon, so they gain much strength from the moon. This is the same for Roa, as a dead apostle under the true ancestors. So he is practically immortal tonight. With my current equipment, I may not be able to fully kill him. She grits her teeth. Practically immortal? That doesn't mean a thing to me. If I can get close, even in the next instant, I'll be stabbed in the chest once more. If I can even get close, I can pierce his death. It's very bright tonight. It will be difficult to conceal ourselves in the darkness. I'm rather fond of moonlit nights, but it's a little different tonight. Senpai sighs. The pale, shining moonlight and the frigid night air. I can even see the lines of death growing. Really? I don't like moonlit nights. Tono-kun? My brain creaks. Rather than in sunshine, I can unpleasantly see everything clearly in the weak moonlight. I like the strong sunshine that erases everything, or a real darkness. Not pain, but my brain actually does start creaking. Man, it seems like I'll go especially crazy tonight. Everything seems to die easily. It's like I'm in the deserts of the moon. But with this, there's no way I'll miss Roa's death either. I put my glasses back on. Gripping my knife, I walk towards the school building. I pass through the front entrance. Even walking normally is difficult. Okay, you know what? That just reminded me of something. There's a really old, I believe it's like 80s or maybe early 90s anime that has like a cringe clip that goes along around the internet. And I happened to be collecting random, like, bargain bin old anime from a used video game store. And one of them looked really cool. And so I bought it. And when I was watching, towards the end, I'm like, wait a second. This is that anime that has this exceptionally cringe line that goes around online. So it's like this girl who is talking to a soldier, I guess. And the soldier has just gotten, like, a train for her, like a train ticket or something, and he's telling her to go. And he's like, shut up and go, or I'll rape you, or something like that, he says. That it's this really cringy English dub, especially. But then, after she leaves, he's like, I'm such a nice guy, or something like that. So, That's actually very similar in cringe levels. The distance to the school building seems incredibly long. You know exactly the clip? Yep. I forgot what it's called, though. I own it, but I forgot. God, if you guys can remember, shit. It's a mecha-ish. It's got mecha stuff in it. It has an iconic name, but it's not something that's easy to remember. But yeah, Tono-kun will split up here. Senpai says this suddenly. From here on, please go ahead by yourselves. I'll be doing something else. Something else, Senpai? You're gonna do something? Now look, even my goal is to deal with Roa. It seems like this Roa is stronger than his previous hosts, so I can't face him directly. It's definitely not Elfen Lied. It's much older. Much older. Definitely not Full Metal Panic. Again, much older. When you and Arcueid are killed by Roa, I will use that opening to dispose of him. Really? She says this directly with a serious expression. You really seem serious, Senpai. Yes. That was the last time I'm letting personal circumstance enter my work. You're fighting for her, aren't you, Tono-kun? Like that, I also have my reasons. Asterisk War? No. Not Getter Robo. Definitely not that. That's too... It's more obscure. Oh yeah, thanks, Senpai. Since this might be goodbye, let me say I liked you, Senpai. It was fun spending time with you and Arihiko talking about stupid things. No, it's not Gasaraki. Yes, it was like a dream for me, too. Senpai disappears toward the building like a black shadow. Well, time to go? I push my body, which hurts every time I move, and run into the school building. The school building is full of cracks, as if a small typhoon was let loose inside, and they shift higher and higher. It seems the fight between Arcueid and Roa already began. Upstairs! I spit this out as I dash up the stairs. Yeah, no, Sosuke is a much better dude. I gasp for air. I make it to the 4th floor. Neither of the characters in it either are, they're both side characters in this show that I'm trying to think of. Let me look, because I added it to my anime list. What the oh, right. I almost feel like it started with a V. Sosuke identifies as a gun. More or less. Oh, there's my list. Sorry, I'm scrolling to the bottom of my tremendous amount of anime that I've watched over the years. the hell? Oh, right. Sorry, I can't find it. I have to dig through my DVDs. Yeah, about to meet the final boss. That's how I am. I make it to the 4th floor. The cracks running through the walls continue down the hallway and the passageway which connects the 2 buildings. Damn it. Somehow managed to move my wavering legs and run towards the connecting passageway. I pass through the hallway and reach its intersection with that passageway. That's the last stop. In the middle of the passageway, 2 figures are glaring at each other from a distance. Shiki stands at the end of the passageway, reaching a nearby building, wide open. Damn it. Yeah, even trying to Google search those things I just said, I can't find it. Well, thank you very much. What is it? Is it Homage Soul? Or Omage? If you're trying to go Japanese. I don't know. Sabagebu? No, it's not that. And in the very center, Arcueid is kneeling on the floor, breathing hard. Arcueid! I start to dash towards her, but before then, Arcueid, still kneeling, looks up at me intensely. I can't move. The instant her eyes fixate on me, my body, as if it became stone, doesn't move at all. How awful. Blinding your friend with your mystic eyes like that. If you can find it, good luck. I mean, I do own it. It's just in one of my totes. I think it was between when I moved. So, yeah. It would have been okay for you to let him die with you. Do you think they'll remake the spin-off sequel, Kagetsutoya? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. It would have been okay for you to let him die with you. Shiki, no, Roa laughs amusedly. Mystic eyes, why? Why is Arcueid using this on me? Finally. Even though I finally made it here on time. Why? Why, Arcueid? Arcueid looks away from me and directs her gaze at Roa. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything to me. She only glares at the enemy in front of her as she breathes painfully. Why? Why? I can't even shout. Not because of her mystic eyes. But I finally made it here. Cursing my ineffectiveness, my body, which I forced for so long, starts to lose its heat. Roa laughs loudly as he watches the 2 of us. I see. You are finally prepared, Princess? Roa leisurely walks over to Arcueid. Arcueid remains kneeled, unmoving. My, you're pretty good, Shiki. It seems the princess here is going to fight me to save you. If it were the former princess, you would be terrifying. But you're just now a regular vampire. You don't even have the power of a true ancestor anymore. Jeez, it would have been better if you only fell to your desires. Quiet! Arcueid's voice echoes through the hallway. What is this? If it's not a hallucination, everything around Arcueid starts to waver. What? Roa stops walking forward. Marble phantasm? You can still use that? As to be expected from the royalty of the true ancestors, Roa retreats, fearfully. However, you cannot win against me. Because I have something you lack. Arcueid stops breathing, as if ceasing all movement in order to gather up her strength. You know, don't you? Right, it is the experience of death. I know what death is, but you do not. That is our difference. Well, as long as something is alive, it cannot experience death. The only one who knows is probably only an infinite reincarnator like me. The wavering of everything around Arcueid grows stronger. Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. This does not change even for transcendent races like the true ancestors. No matter how much of the occult you study, no matter how long-lived you are, you cannot experience death. You all gain so much power by resisting death, but at the same time it is the source of your weakness. You run away from death whereas I accept it. That is the difference in nature between you, Arcueid Brunstud, and I, Michael Roa Valdemyong. Such a silly name. Even now I live as a human in this age. An out-of-place ghost like yourself has no right to judge me. The glass along the passageway starts to break. I know about death, about the darkness, nothingness which I have journeyed through so many times. To me, death is little more than a common ritual. Let's say you destroy this body right here. I'll still remain in this world. Why don't you understand it's useless to fight me? Roa spreads his arms higher. Arcueid doesn't answer. Alright. If you still insist on challenging me, I will not stop you. Your resistance will be rewarded. Roa lowers his arms and crouches. Everything around Arcueid seems to burst apart any minute now. I can't speak. This isn't good. My brain screams to me. I shouldn't let this happen. I don't know why. I don't even have proof. Sorry, I thought I remembered the frickin' anime, but I ran out. Sorry. Roa and Arcueid, which one of them is closer to death? Stop! I can't speak. I can't. The sound of the air itself ripping apart. The warping of Arcueid's surrounding propagates the entire passageway. Do you know what any of the characters look like? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of really generic stuff, like your main character is your typical brown-haired protagonist. It was definitely 1980s, I think. The entire hallway pulses. The glass windows, the walls, the hallway, the whole building, they become roiling waves, as if they were a shredder with tens, hundreds, thousands, no countless number of blades. In a single instant, Roa's body disappears. Distorted, sliced, compressed. All that remains are his ankles. The sliding of the hallway ceases. Maybe it only lasted a moment. The passageway is like it was before. Only all that's left are Roa's ankles. But it didn't end there. The ankles start to move. They start to run towards Arcueid. As they do, with each step, a leg, his hips, his other leg, his torso, his arms sprout to life. Arcueid is still kneeling, not moving. Directly in front of her, Roa's neck and head come back into being. I couldn't warn her in time. The completely regenerated Roa slices through her stomach, like cutting cleanly through the line with no slicing of flesh, no flowing of blood. That was close. I knew it was correct to choose tonight. If the moon was waning even the slightest bit, I could not have regenerated from just an ankle. And Princess, you cannot regenerate from that wound. My claws have the same ability as that man over there. Arcueid collapses to the floor. This is the power I got from experiencing death. Ironically, I did not know how to use this myself, but he taught me. For someone who has seen death, perceiving its form was not difficult. Roa boasts as he kicks Arcueid. Her body tumbles toward me. Arcueid! I can move again. It's because of the power behind. Her mystic eyes has vanished. It means her power is no longer working. Damn. Shaking the thought off my mind, I hold her close. A chill runs through me the instant I hold her. Her body is terribly cold. The only heat left within her is like a candle about to go out. Roa still stands before us, but I don't care about that. Right now, I just want to help Arcueid. Arcueid, I call out to her. Her closed eyes open energetically, as if waking from a dream. That was very lame, wasn't it? With patchwork brightness, Arcueid puts forth a strange smile. What kind of stupid things are you saying? Why did... I can't speak clearly. I wanted to say something more, something better, but my brain doesn't work. I can't be calm now. As I hold her, the lack of lingering warmth in her body tells me it's hopeless. If I took off my glasses, there's no doubt I would see something even more hopeless. More than anything else, I don't want to see that. Why? Why? It's all I can manage to say. Exasperated at myself, I hold her tightly. There's no embrace in response. She doesn't have any strength left in her. All she does is smile happily. No! This can't be happening! Why did you do it all by yourself? We're partners. We said we'd help each other to the very end. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I kind of forgot. How can you forget? This makes me useless. I said I would help you. I said I would definitely help you, but I couldn't even help you one bit. No, that's not it at all, Shiki. You've helped me more than enough. That's why it's enough already. She coughs up blood and smiles painfully. So I wanted to thank you. In the end, I'm glad I was able to protect you from Roa. I gasp. Arcueid's glazed over eyes don't see anything. Not her wound, or even Roa, who still lives. Her time, since attacking a while ago, ended right then. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. I can't even lie properly. The light in her eyes is fading. Her body warmth is rapidly approaching zero. I'm going to lose. Am I going to lose her like this? Arcueid. Yes? Drink my blood. If you do that, you'll get your power back. Not even thinking, I scream that out. She doesn't answer, but slightly she shakes her head. Why? Don't tell me you're still scared. Look, you said it before, right? You asked what if birds or fish had the same amount of intelligence. Could I eat them? I would. If it meant I would live, I would. Isn't stealing things from others to live a natural law of the world? That's what she said herself back then. So why? Why does she just shake her head with those pitiful eyes? I don't like talking about what-ifs. A denial. But that was my line back then. But she said before, she likes playing what-if. Because it feels like there's hope. Really? I like what-ifs. Even if it is sugarcoating things, I feel like there's always some hope. Isn't there? But I can't finish. My throat is just so tight. I can't speak properly. That's true, but right now there's something else I want more. With a wavering voice, I ask her what it is. Yeah, I want you to kiss me, Shiki. What? Such a simple thing? Is that all right? I press my lips to hers. It isn't sweet like before or gentle, just a kiss where I press my lips against her cold lips without any warmth. After that, she smiles as if extremely happy. I always wanted to do something like that. Oh? You really think strange things. Yes, but I'm still happy. Just felt so good. I lived for so long, but I've never been this happy like I am now. So, I kind of thought to myself, maybe disappearing like this might be good. After murmuring such a thing, all warmth disappears from her body. Arcueid! There's no response, even though her body is still there, even though her body is still soft, even though I still remember the sound of her voice in my ears. Never again. None of this will ever happen again. What have I been doing? I wanted to make her happy. I wanted to teach her so many things. I wanted to take her to so many places. I wanted to be with her forever. But it can never happen again. She's done it. No matter how you look at it, there's nothing more. Suddenly, before I could say the right thing, she went off and passed away by herself. For my entire life, I won't be able to forget this. This death. This maddening calmness. I'll never forget it. I hear the footsteps of the man who was watching it all. Finished, Shiki? Yeah, it's finished. Answering, I turn towards my enemy. We face each other in the moonlit hallway. Roa doesn't move from the spot where Arcueid was before. He was watching everything silently, probably because he knew he was in a dominant position. I didn't think you were still alive. Roa says this casually as if nothing has happened. I take off my glasses and ready my knife. It seems those who can see death are good at escaping death. Isn't it a matter of strength or weakness of your life? It isn't a matter of the strength or weakness of your life. However, normally, people call that useless effort. You're one to talk. You and I, we've already died once. Exactly, Roa says as he smiles. Those returning from the dead can understand death. You and I are special cases of that kind. I've experienced death 17 times before I've got to this, but you've only experienced it once. Honestly, it must be the difference in our latent ability. I am really curious what kind of ability it would have been if I had reincarnated in your body. A bothersome, overly composed voice. Just hearing it makes my head hurt. I have 2 things to ask you, and 1 thing to tell you. I manage to say this while my head fills with pain. Oh? Alright, go ahead. Probably because he's absolutely confident in his dominating position, Roa responds amusedly. The first question is the most important. Why? Why did you kill Arcueid? Why? She was trying to kill me, so wasn't it natural to kill her back? Well, the one I desired wasn't this weak princess who came here. My current self could have taken apart the princess while she lived. But there's no point in talking to a true ancestor with no difference from a regular vampire. Oh, taking in. Gotcha. So I figured there was no value in taking her in, and decided to settle it. Even I'm disappointed with the way things have turned out. Twisting his lips, the enemy laughs. My head hurts. Hurry, I have to kill him as fast as possible. I can't stand him existing a single second longer. Well, what do you plan on doing now? Don't tell me you think you can fight me in your condition. Resisting is useless, Shiki. I know that more than anyone else. Dizziness causes me to collapse to my knees, but still, even if I don't have any power left even to stand, I gaze at him. Enough. Enough. Even if you see my death, if you can't touch me, it's meaningless. You know, Shiki, I'm rating your ability rather highly. Yes, it seems Shiki's personality is fading away. Since he has avenged you, I'm more Roa than Shiki now. Well, it doesn't really matter. Roa takes another step forward. Isn't this power wonderful, Shiki? You should be happy. We're probably the only ones who possess the mystic eyes of death perception in the entire world. Ha! No, there's one who's better. It would be a shame to lose such a rare ability, and more than anything else, we're the same entity. We can understand each other more than anyone else. There's no other partner who would assure me as you. You're trying to tell me to be your partner? No, not asking. I'm telling. I don't care about what you want. That would only get in the way. You can relax. After I drink your blood and plunder even your soul, I'll make you into an existence where you won't hesitate to use your power. The gritting of my teeth. I see. Then, next question. What you see are they lines or points? Hey, Rabbit Sensei, welcome! On Twitch. No, I'll make it simpler. You can only see it on living things, right? You can't possibly see it on anything else. Of course, non-living things don't have any life. Only living things have this place, indicating the source of life. I thought so. I understand completely, vampire. I grip my knife. The headache completely governs the inside of my brain, and all I can see is one thing. You're not being clear, and those aren't really fitting final words, but enough talk. There's also the hiding woman from the church I have to deal with. You're lucky, Shiki. Once I make you my subordinate, your first opponent will be that woman you trust. Roa approaches. My wavering vision isn't fixated on his figure. What you and I see are totally different, Shiki. In the back of my head, a switch turns on. All you're seeing is life. You don't understand death at all. That's why you can't kill me. And you're only going to be able to kill a weakened... And you're only able to kill a weakened woman. My brain reaches a white heat. What? If you could see death, you couldn't maintain your sanity. All you can perceive is the part which keeps things alive. If you could see death, you couldn't even manage to stand. To give an example, it is the world on the moon. Everything is like a desolate wasteland, the seam of death on everything I see. Events of the world which disappear when I touch them. What are you? Being able to see the death of things means you're forced to see the world's uncertainty and fragility. The ground, like it's not there, and the sky seems like it's about to fall at any moment. What are you talking about? Roa's voice falters. Of course, because he can't even understand the slightest bit of what I'm saying. In other words, his eyes and mine may be similar, but they're completely different things. Stop it. Those eyes. Don't look at me with those eyes. Fear mixes into Roa's words. He even said it himself. Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. You don't know of the illusion that the whole world could perish in an instant. That is what it means to see death. These eyes, this power isn't something you can boast about like you did. Yes, back then, I was even scared of walking. Even I would. If I hadn't met that person, I would have long since been insane. That's your mistake, vampire. Life and death may be back to back, but they will never face each other. I'm telling you. Don't look at me with those eyes! The sound of running footsteps. But I'm many times faster. I'll show you. This is what it means to kill something. Saying that, I thrust through the hallway's point on the floor. Instantaneously, the lines racing through the passageway undulate. What? Even the sound of Roa's screaming voice is buried amidst the crashing rubble. Fuck the school! The passageway is literally killed. The blocks which lost their meaning break apart and crumble away. For Roa, it must have been a total surprise attack. Pulled down by the destruction of the hallway and the collapsing rubble, Roa falls to the earth. In front of my very eyes, the passageway crumbles away. Enduring the pain in my head and the burning in my body, I head to the stairs. I head past Arcueid's corpse and hurry to the courtyard. Under the moonlight, the courtyard under the passageway has become a sea of rubble. In its center, something moves. He really is sly when dealing with death. I pull my almost collapsing body towards it. He's really something. The lower half of Roa's body is almost completely gone. Yet, coming out from beneath the rubble, the upper half of his body still moves, ignoring that fact. This amount of life may almost be something worthy of respect. What was that? Quivering, Roa wanders around. Walking on top of the rubble, I move directly in front of him. Shiki. Roa lifts his head to look at me. His eyes seem to practically ooze with hatred. You monster. His voice equally full of indignant hatred. Who is? Replying, I stand in front of him. Roa's death is just a little right of his heart. I lightly thrust my knife toward. A sensation like piercing paper. The feeling is indeed death. Ah, Roa gives a small scream. He's someone who's experienced death. He should know this feeling really well. You're not scared, are you? It's a path you're quite familiar with. If there's a difference, it's only one thing. This time, you can't come back. I pull out my knife and turn away from Roa. Roa isn't dead yet. Like Arcueid, someone as long-lived as him will linger just a little longer. I breathe weakly. My mind wavers. If my body is at its limits, then my head is past its limits. Arcueid even said back then I shouldn't force myself to look at the death of non-living things. If I do it too much, the blood vessels in my brain will burn away. I don't care about that. It would have been all right. Even if I turned myself into a vegetable, it would have been worth it to stop Roa sooner. That way, you wouldn't have had to. I collapse. I fall on the ground. My ankles are in pain. I turn around and see the upper half of Roa's body which crawled this far. You. With bloodshot eyes, he makes his way onto my collapsed body. Fading, disappearing. I am His bloody arms wrap around my neck. Why? I disappear. How did you kill me? Opening his saw-like mouth, he moves to bite my neck. I won't disappear. You and I are connected, you see. You transfer my existence. Links cannot be cut. His teeth dig into my neck. He vanishes. Roa's body falls apart in a single instant. Yes, with this, it means I'm the one who killed him. Senpai says this, sword in hand and breathing happily. Huh? I don't quite understand. I'm saying I'm the one who killed Roa. No matter who your opponent is, you should not kill humans. You are not someone who should come to my world, so I'm the one who killed him. Senpai says this haughtily as she places her hands on her hips. Senpai? That's just sugarcoating it. Maybe it is. But it is a kind lie, so isn't it okay? Even if it is hypocrisy, doesn't it allow room for hope somehow? Those words are similar. When I told her not to talk about what-ifs, she answered with something like that. Yeah, that's right. Somehow, somewhere. If there's hope, then. How happy can that be? But that isn't really important, is it? Are you okay, Tono-kun? Were you bitten? Senpai rushes quickly to care for me. My consciousness fades away. I don't want to move anymore, and my brain wants to rest. Kun, Shiki, hey! Farther and farther away, eyes still open. With the glass-like moon overhead, my consciousness completely ceases. As it happens, I think to myself how it just seems like a television being switched off. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Tsukihime, an epilogue. Shiki-sama, it is morning. Please wake up. I hear a familiar voice. Shiki-sama, please wake up. If you are late like yesterday, you will break your promise with Akiha-sama. A voice partly tense, partly relaxed. Shiki-sama. Is it okay? Akiha-sama will end up scolding you again. No, it's not okay at all. I'm up, so hold on. Still under the sheets, I respond as I slowly open my eyes. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Morning. I give a sleepy greeting in response and put on my glasses. It's past 7 in the morning. Hisui came at her usual time and managed to wake me. I will prepare your breakfast. After changing, please head toward the dining room. What the fuck? Hisui disappears from the room after a bow. Spelled the same. Brain hurts. If this is Kansas, why is this not Arkansas? I give a big yawn. After a nice stretch, I get up from bed. I change into my school uniform and cast a glance at my desk. On top is the knife. I will not ever use it again. The curtains sway in the wind. Hisui must have opened the window. The sky is refreshingly clear. It's just a little cold, though. I approach the window to close it. As it turned out, I ended up waking in my own room. It seems Senpai carried me here. Fortunately, Akiha and the others didn't know I left. It's been 1 week since that night. Tonoshiki's life hasn't changed a bit from what it was before. My relationship with Akiha is a bit uneasy at times, but of course we're brother and sister. Except for that passageway being repaired, the school has not changed at all. No, it did change. At school, there's no senpai called Ciel anywhere, nor does anyone remember her. The instances of serial murders haven't occurred once since then. Since there's been no official arrest, the city streets are still relatively empty at night, but it'll probably return to normal in a month. As for me, I carry an unfillable void in my heart, but I continue as I did before. Or rather, I can bear it all. At times, I get overwhelmed when I'm assailed by memories, but I don't think I'll go insane or anything for now. Armored Trooper Votams? You're really close, but I don't think this is it. You're really close. But I did find it. I found it. Thank you for that, though, because it was showing up in Google under related anime. It is, the Super Dimension Century Orgus 02, which is why I wouldn't have thought of it. But yes, Orgus 02 is the anime. That is the one. Sorry. Glad we can finally get that out of my brain. Orgus 02, basically. ORGUSS 02. That's the one that has that weird line. Someday, will I go crazy after not being able to bear these memories? Or will I just return to living normally after getting used to them? Perhaps it's about a 50-50 chance. But until then, even if it is a little girlish, I will keep the final promise I made with her every day. Autumn is drawing to a close, isn't it? The blue sky outside is enough to take my breath away. Taking a large, deep breath, I shut the window. All things considered, we should be... Okay, here we go. This is the choice that determines whether you get the true or normal ending right here. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game. So, I will keep my promise. This is the true ending. We'll go ahead and see that. True does not necessarily mean happy, though. You need to understand that with Tsukihime. Tsukihime is fucking depressing. So here we go. Classes end and the classroom empties, but I won't leave until the sun sets completely. The red classroom. The burning sunset spreads outside the window. And yes, I'll be doing both. Right after this. It's kind of weird. It's literally just the one choice separating these two endings. And the second choice doesn't even show up until after you've gotten the true ending once. The red classroom. The burning sunset spreads outside the window. The sun flushes red as it sinks deep into the sky. I'll always be waiting here. I'll remember my unforgettable promise. I'll continue waiting here forever. There's still one promise I haven't been able to fulfill. When this is all over, we're done defeating this vampire before we part. Can't we do something like this just once more? Back then, she tilted her head to the side in confusion. So I really was wondering, what would happen if we were to meet again without any responsibilities? If we just met for no particular reason? What is it, Roberto? When I said those words, I was only thinking about her. If you're too busy, then it's okay. I only thought of it just now, anyway. Just not as two people cooperating, but as two friends who got along, not doing anything in particular. If we could create some normal memories like that, I knew she would be happy. Okay, when everything's over, let's come here again, Shiki. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it will be really, really fun. After her eyes widened in surprise, she nodded. In the classroom bathed by the sunset, Arcueid smiled and made that promise with me. I remember that promise. I remember that smile. Why doesn't she does thing of the good ending in the true ending, or are they connected? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're asking. There's a small change between the endings, but just let me continue, I guess. I remember that smile. I remember everything. I can't forget. I won't forget. I'll always remember the promise we made in the room ablaze with the sunset, to meet here again. The sun sinks further. These hours until the vermilion sky fades completely. The quiet time until the crimson sky disappears. This eternal, fleeting instant of a world standing still. Maybe I'm already crazy. Even though I'm waiting for someone who will never come, my heart is horribly calm. I'm currently on the true ending right now. Clatter. The sound of something touching a desk. I look. A window is open. I realize that, painted in the red sunlight. She is standing by the window. She doesn't move at all, but she's there. She's right in front of me. She's not an illusion. But I feel like there's a distance which can never be spanned between us. I can't speak, but I feel so terribly calm right now. Jeez, I really was planning on disappearing, Shiki, but you just wait forever. I couldn't just leave you alone like that, so I came here. She smiles bashfully. Well, you know, I did say I was never going to break a promise with you again. That's true. Thanks for keeping that promise. But I'm sorry. It seems this time I'm the one who won't be able to keep it. Why? I'm surprised myself. I asked her this in a truly gentle voice, without any anger at all. Yeah, I never did tell you my reason for pursuing Roa. Actually, a long time ago I once drank human blood. At that time, the humans stole some of my powers and became an incredibly strong dead apostle. In the end, he ended up killing all the other true ancestors except for me. Then that means... You mean Roa? Yes. Until that time, I never knew about the vampiric impulse. The other true ancestors also believed I did not have it. But it was too late. Until then, I didn't even know I was a vampire. So I didn't even know it was something I shouldn't do. I see. Never having been taught anything extra, she wasn't even taught she was the same as those she killed. Because of just one mistake, I destroyed everyone. So I won't drink human blood again. But a true ancestor that has the blood drank once cannot remain sane without doing it again. I can only be here because you completely killed Roa. Even though I annihilated him so many times, it was only his flesh and not his soul. But you killed his existence completely, Shiki. So the power he stole returned to me, and I somehow managed to revive. Thank God they explained that. I was like, wait, how is she alive again? But that's all I can do. I can no longer resist the vampiric impulse inside of me. So, that doesn't matter. Shiki, I can't see you again. Sorry for breaking our promise. That doesn't matter to me. I just want you to be by my side, that's all. You can keep your promise. Shiki? Drink my blood. If you do that, you can keep your promise. Time passes by. Neither of us says anything. And after a truly maddening silence, I see. But I can't. I don't need your blood, Shiki. Why? Is my blood not good enough? Do you have a reason for not drinking it? She nods. I like you, so I won't. She smiles like a flower blooming triumphantly. I suck in a large amount of air and just try to suppress this feeling. I want to stop her. 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 Even if I have to kill her, I want to stop her. But her smile is just too gorgeous. I can't selfishly bring myself to ruin it. Goodbye. I really am grateful for everything, Shiki. My throat trembles, and no sound comes out, but still I have to say goodbye. I'm a liar. Why? You kept your promise, Shiki. Just a worthless liar. I said I would make you happy. Yes, I vowed to. No, not at all. I will sleep from now on, but I will always be dreaming of you. I enjoyed our time together so much, I will always be dreaming about it. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it will be really, really fun. So Shiki, I really am happy. You really did make me happy. Damn, my throat is filled up. I don't want such a... You really are kind, Shiki. Yeah, I knew coming here to say goodbye was a good thing. I love you, Shiki. Your honesty. How you're always spaced out. How I'm the only one you yell at. How you always look forward to the future. I love all of you. So please, keep living like that, okay? For just an instant, she smiles sadly. She waves her hand. As if fading into a sunset itself, she disappears before my very eyes. I grit my teeth, trying to hold it in. She was smiling until the very end, so at least I didn't want to cry. The classroom is empty. I see. You really did keep your promise. In this classroom. Our promise to meet again in the classroom as the sun set. She definitely kept it. There are some things I lost, but it is now over. The curtain has fallen cleanly over the time I knew her. The time I ran through with her. Come to think of it, a farewell is always there. In our case, our farewell was only early. Thinking of it that way, this really was a satisfying farewell. She was still alive, and she told me she's still happy. No, not like this. This isn't what I wanted. Right. More. I wanted to be with her more. I wanted to talk with her more. I wanted to feel the warmth of her body more. Thank you, Rex McKee. Where are we at now? More. I wanted to see her smile more. Always. Not like this, but always. I wanted to make her happy. Well, I'm gonna show the good ending. That stupid idiot! That was her final wish. With a smile, she told me no matter how hard it is, even if I have to deceive myself right now, until I can finally see it all as simply a memory, to keep looking forward to the future and live. There's no way I can do that. I don't have the slightest confidence to live like that. Still, so that she can see a happy dream, I have to at least grant her wish. realize the sun has long since sank. The crimson sky is painted over in a dark blue. The dark night sky, the spiral wisps of clouds, and a bright white moon. They are all that's left. But an extremely beautiful memory. I exhale slowly as if praying. She may no longer be here, but I have to say what I forgot to say earlier. Goodbye. I had a lot of fun, too. Those extremely late words of farewell echo through the classroom. Only the glass-like moon hangs in the night sky. The distant blue moon, looking as if it would shatter if touched. For a long time, until dawn, I keep looking at it. Time to cry, everybody cry. That's how Tsukihime treats you. And we'll be seeing these credits a lot. I will show them this first time. That is indeed the first ending, the true ending of Arcueid's route. Now, technically, thanks to the manga, the Arcueid route has 3 different endings, if you think of it like that. There's this true ending where she goes back to sleep, leaves Shiki alone, it sucks. There's the good ending, which we're about to do. And then there's the manga's ending, which, in this version, Shiki goes and finds Arcueid at the Millennium Castle Brunstad, and he pulls basically one of my favorite things in fiction, which is the, I will find a way, Lucia, from Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete, if anyone gets that reference. But he forces it in. He's like, nope, I'm going to be with you. I know you want to go sleep, but be with me. And I'm pretty sure she make him a Vam Vam. I'm pretty sure, right? He becomes Satsujinki or whatever, and gets to be with her. So it's more of a true ending in that regard. Yeah, I would love it if the manga's end is there. Kind of like last episode is for Fate Stay Night. Isn't the manga ending based off the sequel? Yep, it leads into the sequel, which in itself is a variation of Arcueid's route. So, the unfinished sequel that we only have like the slightest bit of like writing and description of. We know that Shiki goes into the forest of Einash, that thing that we see the child of Einash in El Malloy Case Files, towards the end with the Rail Zeppelin, that weird-ass forest that the Dr. Heartless throws everybody into. So we got to see that, but the actual forest itself, those things originate from, this living forest, is one of the things that Shiki encounters, presumably in Tsukihime 2, which again does not fully exist. Calling any of the endings canon in Nasuverse is pointless. I'll say that right now, it's absolutely pointless. They're all canon, because they're all considered separate timelines in which different things happen. You've got the timeline that goes into Melty Blood, but that's different than this ending, and yeah. I would never declare one ending more canon than the other. Same goes for Fate Stay Night. That is 2000. In the manga, Enhance was in it? What do you mean there's a manga called Enhance? Can I get out of this? Okay, there we go. Will you take CL Sensei's lesson? Sure, I forgot that thing even exists. You have reached Arcueid's true ending. Well done! Each heroine, with one exception, has two different kinds of endings, a true ending and a good ending. After reading each one of the endings, please go back a little and re-advance through the story. A different event should await you. Well then, thank you very much for playing up to this point. Let's meet again somewhere in Tsukihime. Not quite as fantastic as the Taiga Dojos, but... yeah. Okay, so we're back here. Loady load load. I should get my two choices. Instead we'll say, I will never forget Arcueid. I start walking from the mansion atop the hill towards school. Like any other day, the morning is wrapped up in tranquility. Autumn is almost over and winter is close by. Perhaps this vague season in between the heat of summer and the chill of winter changes. Maybe this transparent feeling will also change. I see more figures of students in uniforms the closer I get to school. Today is Saturday, so most of them are smiling as they walk along the road. Once I pass this intersection, I'll reach the front gate. It'll soon be a month since I came back to the Tono mansion. I've already become well used to this route by now. The traffic light turns red, and I stand in front of the crosswalk. Every time I stop here, I remember that one time. At this intersection, Arcueid was waiting for Tonoshiki back then as she sat on the guardrail, just like she's doing now. Huh? I say without even thinking. Between the cars running by, a scene unfolds just like before. Hallelujah! What? She's there, dressed in white, with golden hair down to her shoulders. Long, slender eyebrows over crimson eyes. Her figure I could never mistake for anyone else, no matter what. Her figure that has already vanished long ago. The light turns green. The students around me start moving. In the midst of it, I am the only one who stands still, and she is the only one who notices I'm here. She has her typical smile, and she crosses the intersection. I can't speak. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion I don't even know what to do. Wait, he's a character in the story that connects with Arcueid and CL, but who are we talking about? What character are we talking about? I'm so happy just to see her again, I could cry. Hello. Are you heading to school, student-san? I can't believe it. The illusion even has her voice down perfectly. Shiki. Hey, why are you so quiet? Don't tell me you forgot about me. Those red eyes looking up at me. There's no way I could forget. But at the same time, there's no way she can be here alive. I can't speak. She wrinkles her eyebrows together and glares at me like an angry cat. Geez, what gives? I put up with not going to see you and was waiting here for so long. Don't tell me you're angry, Shiki. I just can't believe it. This isn't an illusion in front of me. It really is. Arcueid? Yes, it's me. Thank goodness. I thought you became a vegetable after fighting Roa. Hyper Robo Tenguris? Or Tenguris? I don't know. Welcome to my stream. We are closer to the end here. We're about to do the good ending. So in the end, Shiki pulls a Shiro and then goes looking to Arc. Yeah, I absolutely love those kind of endings where it's like, fuck that, I'll find a way to make this work. I've always been a fan of those types of endings. The idea that, oh, we must part, goodbye, and then just like moving on with your life after this amazing thing that defines everything about who you are. It's like, no, go for it, dude. Realize your love, that's what it's about. Don't give up so easily. I really was worried, you know? Wait a minute. I'm so confused. What do I say? What should I be happy about? Is there something I need to do? I really am just so overwhelmed I don't know. No, but what's the oh, the character's name is enhanced. Gotcha, sorry. Yep. No, Manpig does a fantastic job covering the very deep, nuanced stuff of Type Moon. We've eventually, we planned on doing a lore of notes at a point, and I've been terrible. Absolutely terrible. And it's totally my fault that that's not done. We've had years to do it, and I haven't helped out much. Shiki? Hey, you're acting funny. Your mouth is wide open, and so are your eyes. Well, it's kind of interesting for me, so I'll keep watching. Arcueid? That's what I mean. Geez, you just keep saying my name. We finally managed to meet again, so can't you find anything more fitting to say? Yeah, there's no mistake. There's only one person who could say such ridiculous things. Why? I can't hear you. Say it a little louder. She tells me, come on, as she points her ear closer to me, like Terry Bogard. Alright, come on. Why are you still alive? I scream. My voice, my feelings I scream and voice my feelings as loud as I can. Ow, not so loud, Shiki. You don't say not so loud. Why are you alive? I thought you were gone. That I would never see you. That I would always regret it. But why? This cheerfully, as if we only said goodbye yesterday. How can she greet me so simply? Oh, I see. I never did tell you, Shiki. Arcueid drops a fist to the other hand in realization. Yeah, I never did tell you my reason for pursuing Roa. He stole some of my power. In order to take it back, I pursued him, but you completely destroyed him, right? And the power that was freed from Roa returned to me, and I managed to come back to life. You never told me about that! No, I didn't. It didn't really concern you. Anyway, I revived, but I could barely resist the vampiric impulse inside of me. I probably would have done something terrible if I went to see you, so I slept until I regained my power. That's the tricky thing. I don't know how many people would watch it, but at the same time, people do watch Manpig's videos that are more obscure like that. Although, all he has to do is make like a servant review, and it'll double or triple even his view count. So it just, unfortunately, the really good stuff that takes a lot of research and effort doesn't necessarily seem to be doing so well, either both by the algorithm or by people choosing to watch them. So it makes me sad. Yeah, it's the same example, she's just deciding not to go run away by herself now. Because of that, I was able to return to normal, but it took 7 days to suppress my impulse. Then you're really okay now, Arcueid? Of course. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. She flashes me a full smile. Arcueid takes my hand. You know, Shiki, while I was asleep, I was really looking forward to meeting again like this. Because once I did, we could go around and do so many things. I was thinking it would be so nice to get better, even just a little quicker. Arcueid looks at me with a pure, unadulterated smile. I'm speechless. Not in a bad way, I'm just so happy. Being able to see her smile again, all the things we can do from now on, how I told Senpai that my wish was never to leave Arcueid alone again. Not one of them was lost. There's so many things I want to say and tell her right now. But right now I'll just speak honestly from the heart. Welcome back. I've been waiting for a long time. I squeeze her hand in return, and briefly tell her just that. She looks a little bewildered at first. Yeah. Saying that, she looks away in embarrassment. Arcueid? I call out to her. After a brief pause, she faces me with a full smile. Yes, I'm back. I'm glad you were still yourself. I'm glad you were still yourself, Shiki. My chest tightens. If this wasn't right on the way to school, I would embrace and kiss her. Do it anyway, you ass face! Her smile is just so adorable. I know you're Japanese and you're like afraid of PDA and all that shit, but come on. This is someone who you thought died and came back to life. You get to spend your life with the woman you love. Fucking kiss her, Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Got a little heated there. Alright, let's go, Shiki. You're going to take me to many places, right? Arcueid releases my hand and jumps like a rabbit. She's so radiant I can barely look at her directly. But, where? Anywhere. Somewhere you think is fun, Shiki. Smiling, Arcueid replies like it's nothing. Yeah, she says she can no longer resist the impulse, and they don't have an explanation here as to why suddenly she can now versus when she couldn't before. So it's the good ending for a reason. It's kind of silly. You know, I do have school. Hey, can't you at least spend a day with me today? Arcueid looks dissatisfied. Evidently, I'm extremely weak against that face of hers. Well, even if I went to school like this, I wouldn't be able to concentrate there. And more than anything else, I want to be with Arcueid. You're right. Who cares about boring reputation? Okay, Arcueid. I will indulge your selfishness for the day, my princess. Yay! Bump. She suddenly presses her body up against mine. I think it would be really cool if they did that for the remake. Sooty. I think they really should. Hey, Shiki. That night, you were talking about, what were you talking about with Ciel? Sorry. What you were talking about with Ciel, your feelings haven't changed? She looks up, imploring me as she asks. My feelings that night? What do you mean? About you saying you loved me. I start to sputter. It's too embarrassing for her to ask this question when she's this close to me. Oh, I forgot. You shouldn't eavesdrop, Arcueid. I can't help it if I overheard. Anyway, come on, answer me. Your words that night, they haven't changed? Idiot. I don't even need to say that. Yeah, they haven't changed. I can't make any guarantees, but they'll probably never change. I'm so embarrassed I look up at the sky and answer. Arcueid wraps her arms around mine. Oh. Then you should prepare yourself, Shiki. Prepare? Prepare for what? I can't help but let a tinge of uneasiness creep into my voice. She holds onto my arms and speaks with a smile. Because you promised to be with me forever. Didn't I say so when we first met? I'll have you take responsibility for me. She then starts to walk, still holding on to my arm. She's as energetic as a little child, urging me to hurry up and get to a playground. Oh, I see. Certainly I would have to prepare. Speaking to no one in particular, I start to walk with her. I head towards some random place, going against the flow of students going to school. Where to? Well, there's no place we can't go. The sunlight really suits this princess of the moon accompanying me. The weather is a perfect blue sky. Hand in hand, we walk towards a new beginning for the two of us. End. What would happen if Shiro found Medea? He'd probably save her, and then maybe she'd have, like... Well, no, not that Shiro's a Shota, but it would be more of a MILF type situation, maybe? I don't know. Prepare for trouble, make it double. Let me see here if I can remember it. To protect the world from devastation. To unite all peoples within our nation? Is that it? Jesus, fuck, I already forgot it all. To protect the world with truth and love, to put our hands to the sky above? Is that right? Fuck. Oh, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above. Jesse James! Team Rocket blasts off at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight! That's what it is. Can't believe I forgot that. extra scenes. But yeah, so we got Arcueid got happy ending. We good. Oh, the credits keep going. Can I speed through them with the enter key? Yes, I can. Yeah, I mean, that's unfair. Like, I don't know the Japanese version of the Team Rocket motto. What was that, Kana? Was that a puppy belch / stretch?
Yes.
Kana.
She's excited because we're going on a walk soon.
You're going on a walk? You're going for a walk? I'm trying to see if I can get her to growl for you. Kana, I'm going on a walk?
Good.
Huh? Walk away from her.
Here, take
Kana.
God, you want to go on a walk? Yes. She's just too excited.
Well, no, she might do it. Kana, do you want to go on a walk? Do you want to go on a walk? Do you want to go for a walk?
She always gets excited when I put my socks on, so I did that.
Damn, she's not doing it. Maybe she sees me putting on my socks.
Oh, maybe. God, what's Daddy doing? Did you put your socks on? What's Daddy doing?
Or...
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That was a cute little one.
Oh. Oh. Yes, go for a walk thing. Wanna go for a walk? Wanna go for a walk? Anyway, so... yeah, that is Arcueid's true and good endings. Thank you all. I'm going to continue this next week, starting Monday. We will be continuing with CL next, absolutely. And in the meantime, I will have to continue making videos. I need to get my lesson in Magecraft done. I've done all the audio recording and editing for that. And, yeah.
Try it one more time.
What are you doing?
The dog is chasing me. Trying to get her to howl one more time.
But yes, sorry, my dog is super adorable. I was trying to get her to do her little howl thing. Kana. Have a woof.
She's shy.
Kana. Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go for a walk? Want to go with mommy and daddy?
Aww.
Well, she's super happy, but she's just not doing it. It's usually when she's like tired in the morning. She'll stretch and she'll make all sorts of weird noises. But yes, we will start on Monday. Same time as usual, been starting. And until next time, celebrate your fandom.